What up, though? Detroit fans, what up, though, man? It has been a while since you seen your boy. Well, far as going live, man. Got a lot of stuff going on in the background right now today and a lot of stuff I'm doing. So, really can't show myself on camera at the moment. If I can, I'll try. But, yeah, man, it's been a minute. Uh, I know I've been real scarce with the videos. There's been so much going on. First off, me and the family been dealing with some illnesses. Pops been in and out the hospital, and then me also being sick, of course. And then so it's just kind of what it is. Some stuff going around. Make sure y'all stay healthy, man. Make sure y'all stay prayed up out there and do what y'all can, man, to be healthy because it's a mess out there, man. But yeah, I just want to get this thing out here real quick, man. I ain't gonna try to make this too long today. Obviously, we got a lot going on here in the city of Detroit right now. Fortunately, as y'all know, man, last weekend our Lions suffered a very upsetting loss. You know, put a real bad taste in the entire city's mouth, man. The energy, the morale is just kind of down right now. Then we lose our coordinator to the Bears, our defensive coordinator to the Jets, which I'm kind of like, okay. And we just lost Antoine Randall L to the Bears as well. And I think Terrell Williams is joining Mike Vrabel in New England. So we hired Casey Rogers from the Buccaneers. But yeah, man, it's a lot to talk about. Pistons got the 6th seed. We're going to get to that. I believe they're playing tonight, if I'm correct. I could be wrong. I think it's going against Orlando, if I'm correct. But yeah, man, we got to get into it. Before I get into it, though, man, I want to say shout out to my boy Detroit Drew. Y'all remember my history with him. For those who've been following me forever, know that Nomus J and Detroit Drew on 3 JMO, Carl Alexander 3, or CA3 Sports Talk. Above the rim with DSA. That was a big thing for us, man. And we can't wait to get that show back and running. But he's been back making content, so make sure y'all go over there, show my boy some love. It's good to have him back, man. So, but let's get into it, man. So last weekend, of course, man, we get our tails kicked by a rookie quarterback, and Lions just didn't simply play Lions football, man. That game was terrible from the start. Too many turnovers, that converted to points. Not running the foot. Well, we ran the football, but we didn't stick with it properly. We didn't simplify the play calling. We doing a lot of uncharacteristic things, stuff that has been repeated to y'all over and over again. And the defense, of course, man, it just took it down, man. So at this point, we are where we are right now. We sitting at home, licking our wounds. Don't even feel like getting into the blame game about that, man. It's like I said, we already got all the emotion out of it. Now we losing coaches, so this is what you expect. I'm not mad about the Ben Johnson scenario personally. If he put out a standard last couple years saying he wanted a lot of money, and respectfully, much I may not like it, respectfully, Bears had the money and they chose to pay that bill, man. And of course, he left and became a head coach. We're not going to accuse the man of trying to sabotage our game just to go take to the Bears. I mean, it don't make sense for him to do that, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Just to take a head coaching job when it's better to win. And at the end of the day, Aaron Glenn chose to go to the Jets. You know what I'm saying? I wish him all the luck. But Ben Johnson, he's pretty much the ops now. So we be going for him every chance we get. Gotta see him twice a year pretty much. So it is what it is, man. You know, I I can't be upset about something that I knew eventually would happen, regardless where he ended up going. I care less. I'm more concerned in how we're going to progress moving forward. I think that's the obvious thing approach that we need to be paying attention to, man, is how we're going to move it forward, man. And I think the Lions need to take their time, not too long, but take their time to find the guys that fit with them. I don't want us going for the popular name just because of that. It's going to come down to what Dan Campbell wants to run on both sides of the ball and how he wants to run it. So, they've been interviewing Larry Foote. Haven't heard any word yet on the offensive coordinator. I did read an article stating that the Lions should consider David Blau, which I thought was funny. He's the assistant quarterback coach over there for Washington, which I wouldn't do that yet. I don't think he's ready for something like that yet, man. He just getting his foot into coaching. So I like to let guys like that take their time to develop, maybe take another few years, as a become an actual quarterback coach first, and then maybe going down that path as an offense coordinator. Just barely jumping out the sights of being a player, journeyman, and then turning into coaching, and now all of a sudden trying to become offensive coordinator for where we are right now. I don't think that would be a good idea, but I thought that was an interesting report, though, man. Um, but yeah, maybe 5 some years from now, maybe he'll be good enough to be offensive coordinator, but not right now. But Hey Fraley stand. That's a good thing. Hey Fraley's gonna stay. Hey, when that was announced too, man, I noticed a lot of Bear fans got real salty. Call him stupid, call him a loser. He didn't want to come over there and be a coach for them. So now all of a sudden he's a loser. Yeah. Okay. Damn. Why are you so salty about it? But anyway, I care less, man. Look, we got our boy back, man. We lost Randall L though. It makes sense. Randall L's going over there. They're a receiver core. They've been having some issues on connection wise, and Caleb Williams trying to get to know those guys better. So Randall L's going to do for them. He's going to help them with that over there. But again, who could care less? I think the Lions just be patient about who they get because they've been hiring like a lot of assistant coaches anyway through the years to like help their main guys out. So for all we know, they may just promote those guys up and continue moving forward, or maybe they'll bring somebody in that may be a little bit more experienced or better. We'll see who they will keep our eyes open to it. I just don't want us rushing trying to make any hire just because it sounds good. You know what I'm saying? I'm bid for the Robert Saleh thing for the defensive coordinator position. But it's just that I don't want to rush him in here just because the feel good story and what he's been known for, and him and Dan Campbell can't get on the terms. Because I know, I know, like for example, like Ty Haley back in the day, Hugh Jackson, they didn't really get along as two offensive minded guys. They couldn't get along because Ty Haley wanted to run his thing and Hugh Jackson wanted to run his thing, and it just was a mess. I wouldn't want that over here for the Lions if just because Salah's a hometown kid and he's a former head coach, and he has his own ideas, and it's not what Campbell wants. And that's what it comes down to. It's about what Campbell wants. So, as much as we may have our options and our wish list of guys we wish they bring in here, unfortunately, we are going to have to just make do of who they choose and want to bring forward. And I think that's the best thing to keep this culture going. Um, and allow us to take our time to see how we're going to move forward. And I think from that point, uh, another thing I want to make note of too, we talk about who we want to bring back, for this team, man, as far as player personnel. Obviously, the top of re-signings, you have to think about getting Kirby his extension because, I mean, come on, man. Interception leader, nearly had 10 picks this year. Uh, was asked to do a lot of extra work due to the injuries, and, man, it took a toll on him and Brian Branch. Then you got to think about Carlton Davis. That's up in the air. Do you move forward and keep him here for a few years? Do you have to ask yourself, even though I'm not really big on bringing back guys like Davenport, at some point, when you think about our four-man projected defensive line, you're getting Hutch back, you're getting Aleem McNeil back, obviously Reader and Zadarius Smith. The problem is I don't like that situation because they're all injured at some level. And Aiden is injured, working his way back, was willing to play through an injury if we got to the Super Bowl. Obviously, Aleem McNeil, rumor has it, is in crutches right now, but, that could change next month or the month after. And he could be working his way back. But that ACL injury, he may still not be back until sometime after the season start. Then DJ Reader needs time to let that shoulder his heal. He never know. We could hear he might get surgery on that thing. And then obviously Zadarius is Zadarius. He's getting up in the years, and he's had some minor nagging injuries. So for me, yeah, it's cool when you look at it from a projection standpoint. But we need to bring in some actual guys that can stay healthy, some fresh legs out the draft. We need an interior rusher, bro. Somebody who can come in and start off the rip and hit the ground running. We need a couple of guys on this D line, bro. And I wouldn't mind getting a speedy linebacker with athleticism that can tackle and that can cover multiple playing fields. That can be used as a rusher when needed be. He can cover, what I'm saying, he can do a little bit of everything. He may not be a superstar, but he really good value. need that right now, and that's just what we need. Those are things we lack in our linebacker core. So we got a lot to cover, man. As far as the roster wise, I don't want to get caught into oversigning all the veteran culture guys here because you have to make an improvement, and at some point, though, Brad Holmes did address that in his presser yesterday because he was asked about the offensive line. Like, let's be real, we all felt Christian Mahogany had that talent, bro, and he showed it in the playoff game. He had like a couple mistakes, but outside of that, that dude was brilliant in that game, and this is what was expected. What up, though, Ed? What's going on, bro? Good to see you, my brother. Good to see you. Yeah, man. Christian Mahogany was balling, and both games he played this year. So that obviously we all felt how we felt about that pick, and then when you consider we don't know we have with Manu yet officially. I think he's another year or two away from where we can really get to see him, what he's going to be about. But it sounds like they really are high on him. They could be it could be PR talk, but I believe they really are high on him for a reason. I mean, this is going to be the year at least to show why they did what they did. Because one thing about the offensive line, Sewell is the youngest guy on that line, and he doesn't really have nobody to grow up with him in a future state. It's a lot of veteran guys on there, guys who are, touching 30 or past 30. And at the end of the day, you need some youth guys because one thing about it, when you be one of the best O lines all you want, but when teams start to figure you out and they know how to press you, it's a lot of fights that you go through. But at some point, that fodder time start catching up on you, start losing more battles than you normally would having your prime. So that's why you need some fresh legs to come in, man, and carry the load now. Yeah, I would bring Zyder back if I can, even Glasgow, but maybe the roads might need to be different now moving forward. You never know. So, it's a young man's game at the end of the day. And, eventually we got to have a replacement for Decker. And, Frank right now says he's feeling good, but you still might need eventually to be looking to develop a guy maybe in the third or fifth round in the future draft pick to develop behind him as well to take over that center, because he still will lead games with injuries from time to time. So that's the thing with Rag, tough as can be, but you have to think about the future. And that O line was the start of all our things, and that's why we had to also had the same catership to the defensive line, man. This game has proven you are winning this game on the line of scrimmage, not in the secondary. The secondary cannot be treated as your primary line of defense. It's the reason why it's called the secondary. No, this is why I bitched and moaned about getting defensive linemen that can actually be helpful, not just fourth round, third round guys that we don't see or hear for the first 2-3 years of their career. No, we need guys who can come in and hit the ground running, man, because you need to win at the line of scrimmage, man. If your defensive line can't touch anybody, it just puts more hurt on the corners. You asking them to do too much to stay in coverage. Then as soon as everybody went down, your safety struggled to make plays. No, they were stretched out. They had more responsibility, dude. They were out there playing linebacker roles for you because they had to help with run defense. They had to blitz. They had to drop back deep in coverage at this corners. They had to do double team. They had to do so much, and they weren't able to make the explosive plays that they were making early in the year. And then, not to mention, when you go on against Josh Allen, and you can't get in that backfield. Like, come on, man. Like, what you expect? Like, we were fortunate enough to, wheel in guys like Brock Purdy, who to me he's not Brock Purdy he's a solid quarterback, but he's not, he's definitely a product of his environment, if that makes sense. Okay, let's just be right. Let's just be real here. He's a product of his environment. That's all that is. And you were fortunate enough to catch him because he constantly went into the well. God forbid Kirby couldn't suit up that day. How we come away with that game? You know what I'm saying? Think about that. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing, man. You have to have defensive talent all the way through. And you need speed at linebacker. Like, I'll give y'all a linebacker veteran-wise that I would like to see us bring in here, and that's Ernest Jones. I have been high on him since before he got drafted. It was two linebackers that I felt that in 2021 that we should have been looking at, like, from a third-round pick perspective or later in the draft. Derek Burns was one of them. And he was actually the other one. When I saw the Rams picking with that comp pick, I was so upset because I was like, bro, he would be the perfect combo I wanted with Burns. I actually wanted Burns and I wanted Ernest Jones. So if we can get him, to come in, man. He can cover. He got the speed. He can rush from time for time. He can hit the runner. You know what I'm saying? We need that type of player, and we need to look in the draft for another linebacker that can offer us something different because we need that depth. Like some of these guys, man, has been around for years. You know, I love Reeves Maben. I love some of these other guys, but at some point, it's time to move on, man, because we need to get fresh legs in here. We need to get, we still got a lot of veteran culture guys and glue guys here. So it's not like we losing too much, but we need to get the future in here. And that's how football is won. If you are GM and you get hired day one, the first thing you should be looking for to hear in the press conference is to see how they're going to progress the future of the team, not about the now. You build for the future, you build for the long run. That means your team is going to likely be in good shape. That means you understand the necessary need to build on the line of scrimmage, and you understand what you should be looking for. The Lions we know them as a team to be real specific about what they look for. Well, they have to do the same thing with the rest of the team. We at some point, we had to make a sacrifice because the only way sometimes you get better, you have to sacrifice. And at the end of the day, we need to take the capital we got and we need to use it the proper way. Now, so I still believe in Brad Holmes as playing overall, but I just need him to now realize what this is the final straw for him. To realize, like, you saw what your defense, what just happened. You recognize the fact that he come out and said what he said about the offensive line should tell me he's the problem. You said that for a reason. The offensive line was still top 5 unit, yet you addressed that in the press conference for a reason. And the youth and going forward, at some point now, you need to see the same thing with your D line. It's time to get some guys in here that's healthy legs. I don't care if it's a guy out of Michigan. I don't care if it's a guy out of Sault State. The the national champs. I didn't realize they won it because I wasn't even paying attention to them. I don't care where he come from, man. It could be from Ole Miss, the D tackle from there. We need an interior rusher that can put hit on you because it's one thing to get speed off the edge. But it's another thing when you got a guy right in front of you also that's trapping you in, and then the edge can get to you too. That's why you have to have talent all the way through the defense. Can't just be one spot. You're not really going to have too much success. Though Jack Campbell and Alex Anzalone, great linebackers for what they do. But they lack in certain areas that I feel like we need to bring in other guys that can cover them on the back end. That way you have more balance and you go from being a bend and don't break defense to less bending and less breaking in general, and now you get more stops because now you have more, like again, you have more balance. So, like if you think about this, let's say it's mid-season and you get a guy in the first round. Let's say it's Grant from Michigan, right? Let's toss up a guy, right? Let's say it's Grant from Michigan. You get him in there to start the year off because Liam is not probably going to be there game one because I think that injury happened kind of late. So I think he might be a few games after the season start. If I had to take a guess, if you get him to start this guy to start next to DJ Reader, and then you get Liam McNeil back, and he gets to work his way back in, and he started looking like his usual self, if not better. You could literally turn Reader and Zadarius Smith, if you get another young guy as well, you can turn them into your third down guys in rotation. They don't have to play as much snaps, which means they have a chance to be there for you where in the playoffs, which is what they are. DJ Reader played in the Super Bowl before. Zadarius Smith has been in multiple NFC championship games, so in multiple playoff games. So these guys are championship level players, but you hanging on to them by a thread. So you need to put them in the best spot, which is have some young guys that dare to learn under them, so that way they could be more helpful for you when it's the big moments and the big games, and you don't have to put too much on them because you don't know what you're getting out of Broderick Martin. I forgot he was on the team. You don't know what you're getting out of inconsistency with Derek. I said Derek Burns, but with Josh Pascal and Levi. I love them guys to death, but let's be honest, man. They performances overall, they have moments, but they've been underwhelming overall, man. Partially because they can't stay healthy. That's one of the main reasons why. The other thing is they're inconsistent. They're gadget guys that were here for a specific role, and to me, when you drafting in them top 3 rounds, I think you're good enough to at least get game one contributors that can be guys that you leave on the field nearly 4 downs. I don't think you should be getting guys who specify for one assignment or so, with high picks like that. That's something else I would like to see Brad Holmes improve on as a drafter. You know what I'm saying? For every Jameer Gibbs and J-Mo and Aiden Hutchinson, we get a player like that. And I'm like, come on, man. You know you're not going to hit on every pick, but at the end of the day, I think he could do a little bit better once they all realize what now that they've been smacked in the face like this. Because I saw Holmes' energy. I've never seen this dude that low on energy like that at a press conference. He always seemed more lively. So I know that one had to punch him in the gut. And I feel his pain. I do. He was hoping that we could know these freak injuries we did not see happening, bro. Aiden Hutchinson having the start to the season, it took a while for him to get pushed out the top 5 in sacks, bro. Yeah. And dude was at 7.5 sacks, and the season was barely a quarter way in. Like, come on, bro. Like, and then you lose a Lehman Neal for ACL, and Derek Barnes, I think, a similar situation, and then a broken jaw for a cornerback. Like, come on, man. Like, these injuries were unheard of, and I can't believe this will happen again. And then, not to mention, TA was struggling to cover people later as he got in the season again. He got hurt. It really struggled for him. So it's just so much, man. In a way, as much as I hate to say this, man, I really do. I feel like, in a way, man, maybe that L we took was kind of a relief for us, too. Because I felt so many emotions going through that playoff game, man. It's like, it was a little bit of relief for me, too. Because I hate to see them abuse themselves trying to find a way to win games, man. It was too much. You know what I'm saying? At some point, call me a coward and say I'm a fake fan, but I ain't gonna say I'm glad we lost. Of course not. But it's like I was kind of happy, man, for the sake of our players, man, because I couldn't see them go through that no more, man. It was rough. Like, I never want to see that happen again ever in the season. I think I speak for every fan in Detroit when it comes to that. And I will say this, man, don't give up on your team either. I know a lot of us not feeling the Lions right now. We got to stop talking about who we should have drafted and worry about who we have on this team. That's fine. You can say that. I think that's a cop out, personally, but I feel that. But I'll say this: I think it's time to talk about who we need moving forward. That's what I'm doing. I'm talking about what we need moving forward. Now, it is what it is. You missed out on players that I felt we should have got. It is what it is at this point. Like I said, there's no point in crying about it. But moving forward, it's time to take care of business. We can't have picks and trading up for guys that don't, at least by their second year, don't make an impact because of whatever reason it is. We need guys to contribute for real, for real. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Moving forward, I hope this is a learning lesson. It is what it is. You got who you got. You know what I'm saying? Where the players turned out great or not. And whoever you missed out on and whoever you missed out on. But I'm saying now, moving forward, this is a learning lesson that I think we need to have. So that's the point I'm making about this situation. But other than that, oh man, I still gotta salute the Lions, man. They went 6-0 in the division this year. Unfortunately, it means absolutely nothing. But now that we lost the playoff game, but what I'm noticing too, man. But the Bears getting Blow Johnson, yeah, I'm saying that. Finkel, Nomus, your Finkel. I'm assuming this is either Breed or Daryl. Which one is it? Oh man. Uh all right, you going to roast me cool, go ahead. But yeah, man, I think I've been saying this for a while too, and some guys can quote me. I said the NFL is going back to a leader of men type of head coaching. I knew that whole S's and O's offensive minded coach crap was a load of baloney. Like, when you even said what you want about Caleb Williams, he know it because he's like, man, we need a leader of men. We need a guy who can run a locker room and run a game situation. Who know how to manage a game during the game situation, man. Who know how to manage football games, and that's what you need out of a head coach. And when you look at Dan Campbell, that's a boxy check on all cylinders. He's leader of men. He's able to manage a football game. He lets coordinators coach. You know what I'm saying? And then he also had that locker room manage. And that's what football is going back. Yeah, this is Breed, most definitely. Uh, yeah, so that's where we at. In the NFL, it's a lot of leader men being hired as head coaches. You know what I'm saying? That's what you need, man. You can't just rely on some pistol pusher all the time. You need a guy who understands football and know how to run a locker room, bro. If you can't organize a locker room and the attitudes and stuff, man, you gonna see teams collapse and fall apart. Can't just be all playbook and X's and O's, bro. You can't just be that. And as a head coach, you're responsible for 53 men and a coaching staff and a practice squad and for making sure you provide your general manager information. You're the man in the middle. So as a head coach, you have to be responsible for a lot of that. So that's the things that Ben Johnson's going to be tested with. I'm not going to put down and say he's going to be bad. I don't care if he's bad or good. I think we still beat the Bears when it's all said and done. I expect us to beat the Chicago Bears still this year moving forward, but I do think the Bears will have more of an identity. They know something they didn't have for the last few years. So, shout out to my guys, Bears country, man. That's something I told them last year. I said, "What's your identity?" And they probably was scratching their head a little bit when I said that, but that kind of showed, man. They didn't have an offensive line to protect their quarterback. You know what I'm saying? They didn't, to me, play with a real game plan. The reason why they won most of the games they won early in the first quarter of the season was because that defense kept them in there. And now with Ben Johnson, the expectation for them probably is going to be that they're going to try to run the football, which is something that the Bears has also, like the Lions, been known to do, be a running team, man. So they never know. I'm not. No, this might be. I think the NFC North might be turning into the 2010s NFC West. Where like you will see Seattle and 49ers between 12 and 13 wins, regardless who won that division between them. And then like the Cardinals under Carson Palmer will have like 10 to maybe almost 12 wins. And then the Rams, even with Sam Bradford, still end up with 9-7 record, which are in our division, 9-7 probably would have won that division for us at that time. And it was a couple times throughout the years, 9-7 won our division. So I think that's what the NFC North now is going to end up becoming. I think we're going to start seeing more double-digit win seasons. And we are talking donations on the Nose J Cheese and oh yeah, this is definitely Bree, y'all trolling me in this chat. When I see that name, the Medell, I got my beer in the refrigerator anyway. Dang, I should go grab it. But anyway, yeah, man. I hope you enjoy yourself out there at the game. But yeah, man, that's where we at. And while we on it, man, I want to take a break real quick, away from the lines if I can. Uh, I gotta talk NBA, man. Like I said, man, I shouted out Detroit Drew earlier, man, because he back. Made some Pistons content, made a Lions video the other day. The Pistons have so far this year been on a roll. We've been winning games like a mud, bro. Cade Cunningham been playing like he's an MVP candidate, almost. He is taking the lead by storm right now. And a lot of us that knew this about Cade, man, we knew it. We knew this guy had the juice, bro. It was just about getting the right coach around him, and we have that now. No, a lot of people acting like he just not having his first good season or something. Dude been quietly playing very well. We go be on the road tomorrow against the Magic. That's gonna be a good game in itself right there. As soon as I start talking Pistons, I already hear my guy come. What's up? What's going on, man? Yo, can't hear you, man. You must be muted. You might think you're muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you
Yeah,
now.
I can hear you now. All right, yeah. Now, Bree sent me a link. I thought I didn't really know what it was for. The last link he sent me was for the Detroit fans fan show or
You got
something.
a little static in your background, though, man. You got a little static going on. You got a little static. I'm
Hey,
sorry. I know
what about now?
it's there a little bit. Yes,
Yeah.
a little technical difficulty, people. If you haven't, but if y'all been listening so far, man, if y'all could do me a solid favor and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for your boy, man, hit that notification bell. No, we got more content coming. My guys, Breed and Daryl, I believe, did some work. And make sure y'all follow us on Facebook. This gentleman across from me has been doing his thing. So again, man, if y'all want to see autograph signings, stuff like that, and wrestling matches and stuff like that, and no Piston games, my guy Breed be at there all the time. Make sure y'all follow the Facebook page, and don't forget to like and subscribe to D313XP and all members, man, from DC1 Daryl, the new breed on both his channels, and myself, Nomus J, 313 if need be. I'll be trying to get that channel going back soon. But yeah, what you got going on, Archangel?
Nothing, man. Nothing. Either one's fine, bro. Nothing. I said, Bree sent me a link, and I didn't know what it was too, and so I spawned in, if you will, and it happened to be a broadcast. I don't know that happened. Hey, man, like last time he sent me a link, it was to the Detroit fan show or whatnot. They had a song. He told them, I got a guy filling in for me tonight. I didn't know that. I just got a link.
Yeah. Shout out to Detroit. Shout out to that group, Detroit fan report, man. Shout out to them, man, for having my guys on, man.
Very solid, man. Very solid.
Yeah, they're solid blues, man. I gotta get on there. Like I said, I was sick, so I wasn't able to get to there. So that's a good Lions channel, man. Go follow them as well, Lions Avenue, and my boy Spirit Detroit podcast as well, man. Avery Giovanni, and shout out to Downtown Deuce and King, man, for the Piston breakdowns, man. Y'all gotta get over there and check those out. They've been doing a wonderful job.
Hold on, let me do my son real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, now that I got breathing here, y'all. First thing doing, how you doing, brother?
Nomus J, how are you, sir?
Man, better than I was this past weekend, man.
Wait, hold on. I gotta do the introduction. I just can't do it right without doing the standard Nomus J introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, players and hustlers, you've seen this man everywhere.
What up, man?
From your home to my home. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've seen him smack a couple of bitches, it's probably him. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you, Mr. Nomus J, to the building. and Nomus, can you do me a favor? Can you do me a favor? Back away until you get all the way to the GM building.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, let me go ahead and get started, man. So the Detroit Pistons have been on the road. They just snatched that 6th seed. I can't believe I can say that without exploding and burning in flames right now. Man, yes, that guy there, K Cunningham, has been a bucket this year. He has been everything. All-star, more like world star, because that's what he's looking like. World star out there, man. What is y'all opinion overall about so far where we at this season to see us 2 games over 500, the way we're competing with Isaiah Stewart, just doing his best Ben Wallace imitation as of late, and just, getting back to what he was meant to do versus trying to force him to be something I felt he wasn't. And just seeing us progress, man. I'm gonna start with you, Breed, on this one, and then we'll go hit to Ed. Just how you feeling overall, man? You the one that's been there, watching the games up close and personal. What's the atmosphere, man?
You start to see a change in the fans coming to the games more, man. It's like this is what happens when you win. When you start winning more, the fans will start coming out, and you see that. Nah, it ain't just you go over there just to see the road teams, man. Now you seeing it to see K. I mean, now you see that they starting to understand Bickerstaff's system, and they starting to get everything, and they just rolling behind K. And K is that dude, and everybody is just picking up. Stewart. I remember when people was talking about trading Stewart. Now he didn't just revamped himself and being into that reserve role. He like being a backup, and he's been one of the best defending players in the league. So, and then Duran finally woke up from his from the Angel Reese situation. But I mean, he finally woke up. But now that this team, hey, I'm just being real. But and now you just see not only just him, it's just you see a SAR getting more healthy now from that blood clot. Fontecchio shooting well. Sasser is playing more. You just see everybody playing and everybody just contributing to this team. And then defensively, they've gotten a whole lot better defensively, a lot better. So it's just great to see, man. Right, what you said. But it's good to see them as a 6 seed. And I think they can get better, man. As much as they can get healthy, long as nobody gets hurt. Hey, man, they not that far from the 4th seed. They might compete for the 4th seed. You never know. Get home field in the playoffs in the first round.
Hey, I feel that, brother. Like I said, it's a blessing to see them at this point right now, man. And the same question, like I said, go to you, Ed. I know you got a lot to say, specifically when it comes to your boy Cade, how much you've been singing, and then I know you remember that time I shared that link to Charlotte again to Downtown Deuce, but I think it was Eric Spoelstra who basically had said the exact same words you said, word for word, about Cade's usage and how the turnovers shouldn't be getting killed for him and all that stuff. And that's what we've been saying. Just give your perspective, man, what you've been seeing and what you've been liking and what's been standing out to you about the Pistons as of late.
Well, I mean, just piggybacking off of what you gentlemen have already stated, Cade Cunningham is that guy. He is that good. He's boxed off the television. With the rest of this team, you can see the impact of having a competent coach and competent leadership. When you finally have the correct guys that are running the team in terms of management, and then you have the correct guys on the sidelines coaching, a trickle-down effect, man. Competency does matter. So what we're seeing is everything coming full circle. Cade finally has some guys with a pulse next to him, and that's all he needed. Some competent heads around him to actually look, good. You saw that he was snubbed from. He was and he was not snubbed from the All-Star starting team. To say snubbed would imply that we expected him to be a starter. Let's be honest, Cade was never going to be a starter this year, no matter what he did. That's just kind of what that is, man. There's too much fandom around the 5 guys that are going to be starting. There's too much fanfare and there's too much media support behind them to think that Cade was just going to start over those guys. Now, granted, I firmly believe the coaches are going to vote Cade in. Cade will be an all-star. I think it's a foregone conclusion. But I think the trajectory of this team has been as upward as it has because we're not really in the Cade Cunningham all-star conversation so much as we are in the what team on the all NBA squads is he going to make? It's going to be first, second, third team all NBA. That's the conversation we're at now. And I think that's just obvious. If you ask me, when this is no homerism used here, he's a better player than Trae Young. He's better than Jalen Brunson. Let's be very honest. I think he is the best point guard in the East right now. That's just that simple, man. There's nobody who's putting together a complete season like he is right now, offensively and defensively, affecting scoring, rebounding the ball, defense, moving the ball around. Nobody has a complete game like that in the East like Cade Cunningham does. So I think right now, man, I'm not surprised at what I'm seeing. I have to be very honest with you. I think as soon as you got this guy, some competent heads that could actually do something instead of guys that are no longer in the NBA. Like, people forget, man, a lot of the guys, there's 3 guys that were getting minutes last year on this team. They're not in the NBA anymore.
Yeah.
And that was supposed to be, sufficient. And then, there's always the stigma, and I don't understand. I know somebody commented, it might have been DC or might have been Breed, I'm not sure, on the Facebook page about pickle fandom, and it's the truth. We have a serious tendency in Detroit, man, to defend bums and attack stars. But we really do. Like it's I don't know if it's this underdog mentality or to the point to where we attack guys that are legitimately good. We always rooting for the underdog on our own teams. But we do that a lot, man. This idiotic notion that Jaden Ivey is the caliber of a player that Cade Cunningham is. He's a role player. He's not what Cade Cunningham is, man. So we finally get a guy, and we're finally putting the right guys around that guy. The only thing I would say right now at this stage, we can't rest on our laurels. We have to continue to get better. And I was talking to DC a little bit last night, man. One thing that we cannot do, we can't get overly attached to anybody that's not named Kate Cunningham. Period. If there's a move to be made that's going to improve this team, if there's a tier 1 star out there you think you can get, you get them. You do what you need to do to improve the squad and continue to get better. Because this is right at the end of the day, we're 2 games above 500 in the regular season. If we want to make the playoffs, and actually make serious waves in the playoffs, I do think a move does need to be made. It depends on what Trajan wants to do, and I trust those guys, quite frankly speaking. So I'm very proud of the guys, but I'm not surprised at this, man. As soon as you get guys with the pulse,
question, what if Trajan decides just to hang tight and not make a trade during the season? Let's say that hypothetically speaking.
Then I think we go from a playoff team to a play-in team. I think that as the season ratchets up, especially teams with guys that have made it to the playoffs before, competition is going to get tighter and tighter and tighter, and it's a different ball game, man. Towards those last 15 to 20 games of the season, to when people are actually playing relevant ball, man. When you're playing relevant ball in March, you're gonna know it's completely different than what ball you were playing, October through February. It's a completely different caliber of basketball. So I do think there does need to be someone coming in to if they really want to make a serious playoff push. They needed at least an additional ball handler behind Cade, especially what we're seeing now. And the thing is about that's been a need of the team. We needed that when Jaden Ivey was healthy. We needed an additional ball handler. Jaden Ivey is not a point guard. And it shows. And to be frank, and some may not like this, but it's the truth, the offense looked just as bad with Cade off the floor when Jaden was healthy as it does when he's off the floor when Jaden is not healthy. Because, once again, he's not a facilitator. So we do need a guy that's going to come in, run the offense. That's not Marcus Sasser. He's a scorer as well. And so we do need that kind of player, man. Somebody could actually handle the rock, run the offense through, and, that kind of thing right there. The wings, I think, are fine. I like the rotation we have with Asar getting healthy. Ron Holland playing good minutes as a rookie. Jalen Duren is really picked it up the last 5 to 6 games or so. And I think a large part of that, to be honest with you, to piggyback off what you were saying, Nomis, has to do with the uptick in our perimeter defense. With Asar starting, we actually finally have a good point of attack defender.
Not to mention Jalen Duren stepping up finally a little bit more now.
Yeah, I think Jalen Duren. So talking to what you call it, boy Andrew the other night. Drew makes a very good point, man. Like we can't have as bad of a perimeter setup as we had, and then use our centers as a scapegoat all the time. Yes, Jalen Duren does need to improve as a defender 1-on-1, which I think he has done. But at the same time, when you don't have any point of attack defense, man, and the only guy that could actually guard his man in the starting lineup is Cade Cunningham, that's a problem. Yeah. And so that's also something I think we have to keep in mind going into next season. Right now, man, we have to look at it from this standpoint. We're in extension talk time. Mm-hmm. And so we have to decide who we're giving this money to and be honest about that. It's a lot of guys who I like, but if I think that they can be upgraded, if there's an upgrade out there, do it. Do it.
All right. Hey, I feel it, man. I'm like this when it comes to the trade deadline. Mm-hmm. Just surprise me. I'm not gonna say y'all might feel different. Y'all might want to get rid of somebody specifically. Just surprise me at this point. Whatever you do, if you go get rid of somebody, I don't want to put out who we should get rid of. I don't want to do that right now, right? Because the current morale of the team is like, I'll let the business guys is responsible.
Exactly. Do that. No, I agree with you 100%.
But I got my own spin I want to put on this team right now.
Yes.
And this is a question. I know what Ed go say, and I know what Bree go try to tell me. Hell, I bet if Daryl was in here, I know what he would try to tell me. But I still don't feel like we got the answer to this. What the hell did J.B. Bickerstaff do to this team? Where the hell? How did he get it this quick? This don't make no sense. I don't get it, bro. He just got here. The
Bring in
man
a
just
competent
barely
system.
figured out where his parking spot is. What did he say to them in the locker room the second he get hired here?
He brought in a competent system.
Flipping way, bro.
He
There's
took
a
the
flipping way.
time to coach this team, and they starting to feel they starting to get it now. It's
Ding, ding,
around
ding,
this
ding.
time to where the team will know how his system is. It takes
breathe,
around this time to know that.
Don't
Bro,
breathe the
I'm ready to
president.
go find JB Bickerstaff and like take this man out to dinner.
This,
Paul.
but
Like,
this is
dude
something, and this is something that Monty could have did last year with this team if he took the time to do that. But he was
his
more
mind was
about the
elsewhere,
money.
man. His mind was elsewhere, and he just said, "Bump it
Yeah.
out, take the money." And you can't blame him on the money.
Yeah.
And
I mean, yeah, his mind was in them Swiss bank accounts. That's where his mind was.
Right.
you know,
Exactly. But then they
and
started to know the system. They know the system. They started around this time. Players will know the way the system is. When you were the first year head coach, it'll take you around this time to know it. Because sometimes with players, it take a little bit of time to know how things run. And now it's that time where they starting to know it and it's starting to gel, and more players are getting healthy too. That helps as well.
Oh yeah, I don't disagree with that because it's like even when you was looking in the first 20 games though, and we were struggling a lot more then, but still, you still saw something different outside them just simply they're punter to watch win or lose, but it was still something even more toward than that. It was like it was a lot of hustle going on, but it was just some minor stuff happening at the end of the games that we would lose, and it's like, man, they just capitalize on that. They'll win a bunch of games. That's exactly what they've done. It's
As much as people don't want to say this, and I'm gonna say it was probably a blessing that Ivy got hurt because now you see what type of team that you have, and they starting to jail, and you see it's flowing more without Ivy.
Well, I don't. Here's the thing. I ain't gonna disagree with that, but I'm not gonna say like, oh, he wouldn't be a help himself here too. I think it's a necessary evil in the way of him being gone because you get to see other guys step up and get better. So now he gets to work on retooling his game and get back into that drawing board. And the best thing for him, he won't have to go through the darkness that Cade had to go through when he got hurt the year. Because the thing is, Cade, when he got hurt in his second year, he came back. He had to come in with a new head coach that wasn't, like we said, mentally invested, and it was there for the check. And not to mention, it was so much he had to make up for lost ground with his personal game and try to be the leader of the team. It was too much to come back for, and a lot of fans did Cade wrong. Dogged him out because of some turnovers. The real issue wasn't the turnovers. It was the fact we couldn't get stops, no matter what, where somebody turned the ball over or not. We couldn't stop nobody. And
let me say this.
He got.
Go ahead,
Yeah. I was gonna say, and I think Ivy, when he comes back, because the way this team's playing now, he should be better theoretically because he won't have to go through that same payway. Now he'll just be able to come back and plug himself in there and take his time to get his legs back, whatever. So it can be. So I think that's the difference between them two. Not saying like, oh, who's better? Nah, I'm saying part of him contributing. But yeah, I think that in that way it sucks to say that. But in a way, it was a blessing in disguise because now it tested the toughness of this team. Without Cade, he's the main star. Either way, but it's like now he's definitely the main star, and they still find a way to compete.
Okay, so let me say this, and I honestly couldn't say it any better than you said it, Nolan. But the only thing, Cade is the only star on this team. Period. He's the only star on this team. All these other guys are not stars. None, zero. Ivy, Duran, Sar, none of these guys are stars. Do I think some of them have some potential? Yeah, sure. But none of these guys are stars. Even when Ivy's back. One thing I'll say to Breed's point, I'll go as far as to say this: the team got better defensively with Jaden Ivey's not starting. Because it needs to be, as I said, I keep it a beam, man. And I like Jaden Ivey. I like what he does. I think anybody saying that losing 17.5 points a game isn't impactful, that's crazy. But the truth of the matter is, Jaden Ivey, even still this year, was one of the worst perimeter defenders in the entire NBA.
Absolutely.
He's one of the worst defenders in the entire NBA. Go ahead, bro.
Now, this is the challenge, though, Nat. Not to cut you off. Now we gotta see if he gonna push himself to be able to get better. Because the thing about it is, man, you in the system now. I think you can improve in that factor. That's the difference. It's
He was
still
in the
gonna take
system before he
time.
got hurt. He was in the system before he got hurt. He's
Yeah,
still
but
bad.
it just got here though. It just got here though, man. And
Everybody
sometimes
else has
it's not
gotten better.
Yeah,
I
but
get that.
everybody pretty much on this team just got here too.
Yeah, everybody
Right.
else on the
But
team, bro.
at the end of the day,
Everybody else
yeah,
got
but
better.
he got hurt. So his season ended short. So we'll never know officially if he was going to start getting better and better as it goes. Not
But
every
no,
player has the exact same trajectory to get better. They get better and
but
they get
no.
better, man.
But as a player, you have to want to get better on your own anyway.
Yes.
I mean, as
But it's
a
not. I don't
as
think
a
it's not a
sports,
want for him though. I don't think it's not a want for him. I think it's an
Yeah.
adjustment. He has
We
to take.
talked about that last.
you gotta adjust.
We talked about that last year, man. Like, if you see, one of the things we talked about, man, is if we see some of the same stuff out of these players with this coach coming in, at this point, some of it we might just have to write off to just chalk it up to it is what it is. Okay, so one of those factors is if Jalen Duren is still as bad as he is defensively as he was last year, right? It just kind of might just be what he is. This coach is not hating on him. Jaden Duren has improved, though he needs to continue to improve. I mean, a lot.
Yeah.
He's still not. I wouldn't call him a good defender. He's all right. Over the last 6 games, he's been actually decent, pretty good. What was Ji? Ji was one of the worst defenders in the league still before he got hurt, and I think it's a matter of fundamentally just not a good defender, man. And so that's why I'm saying that we're in extension talks now. We're in extension mode now, man. Who's getting this bag or who's not? And so right now, my question is, which one of these guys is worth $100 million? Because I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be 100% honest, man. As much as I like this team does look better with what should have been the makeup for it in the first place. Cade needs a movement shooter next to him in the backcourt. That's what Cade needs. What THJ provides is, do I think THJ is a better offensive talent than Jaden Ivey all around? No, clearly he's not. But do I think he is a better fit to what Cade does? Absolutely. And it's not about anybody else's game but Cade. When you get a star like what we have now, man, it's not about anybody else. It's about that guy.
Yeah.
That's how this works. And when you get a guy, you actually get the guy, which is rare, man. Just because somebody's a star doesn't necessarily make them a guy or a dude like that. We actually got a dude this time. For instance, let me give you an example. Jokic is a dude. SGA is a dude. You get what I'm saying, man? Cade is not making this up. Cade is a dude. Now, how do you know that? Why? Because he makes all these other guys around him that much better.
Yeah.
And in his case, these guys he's playing with are not that good. THJ is not that good. This version of Tobias Harris is not that good. Beasley, watch this, bro. Beasley, I'm gonna tell you this to y'all, fellas. This might sound crazy, but bear with me. Beasley is not that good. He's playing with Cade Cunningham, which is what makes him a Sixth Man of the Year candidate. Cade finding him coming off those pin downs, Cade just knowing where he is on the court, that caliber of player is making Beasley look better than what he actually is. And to prove this, guys, am I right or am I wrong that Malik Beasley played for a playoff team last season?
He did.
Yeah.
Okay, why didn't they give him an extension when they could afford it?
I mean, he wasn't up that part. He wasn't good enough on that priority who they already had. So I get it. But I mean,
they signed the guy
that's
just like him.
business though.
But no, hear me out though. They signed a guy just like him in that role, Gary Trent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What does that tell you? If you're playing next to Giannis, and you're playing next to Dame, and you're playing next to Chris Middleton, and all they need you to do is shoot the rock, what does that tell you? They didn't think you were that good.
Mm-hmm.
If you're on a team like that, that's playing for a championship, man, they're going to give you a deal. They didn't even offer. This is part of the reason why they had beef there. They didn't even offer Malik Beasley a contract. This goes to show you how good Cade Cunningham is.
Yeah.
Because this is why I'm saying, like, for instance, I know it came up last night. I talked to DC a little bit. Would you trade Malik Beasley for the right price? Absolutely. He's not a core piece. And I'll be really honest with you, man. We should not be giving Malik Beasley a whole bag. He's not a core piece.
$100 million, but I think like roughly like 3 years, maybe 20 million across 3 years or something like that. I don't think that's a problem. It wouldn't
He
be a
would want
role
more.
player.
He would want more money than that, and I honestly, man, would not give him that. If I could 3 years, 20 million maybe is reasonable. That's fair. But he's gonna want more money than that, rightfully so. His numbers look that good, but here's the issue: Malik Beasley is not that unto himself. He's that because he's playing with Cade Cunningham. That's my whole point with the guy situation. It's about what fits with Cade. All these other guys need to fall in line and know their role.
I mean, but he's a role player. I mean, that's what the typical role player role is. Not most role players there are like the guys off the bench don't usually
Right.
get $100 million contracts anyway. So I don't see what the issue that is. Like and let's say we do find a way. Let's say we trade some future capital to get a guy here, like a future second round pick that we didn't see we can get, and let's say we get a ball handler, like you said, another a point guard, that can play in the rotation. Like,
so
when we get Ivy back next year, it's no problem still to me having Beasley come off the bench because if he can be a help, either way he can be a help.
Okay, let me ask you this. Okay, let me ask you this. All right. I'm not talking about giving Malik Beasley $100 million. I'm talking about giving Jaden Ivey and giving Jalen Duren $100 million. Right, neither one of those guys to me is worth $100 million.
No, they got some more grooming to do.
Neither one. So I wouldn't be giving them an extension this offseason. I'll probably be waiting until the next offseason to see what they look like. And I mean, or the next season to see what they look like. Not necessarily. Some teams extend before that. Here's the issue though: we don't see that growth now. We might want to start asking some questions. Now we give a little bit of grace because we know how the coaching situation has been here. But my thing is, we can't rest on our laurels. I like this team. I love what they're doing. But I'm just saying, this is an example of just giving guys with a pulse. We have to ask ourselves this. That's what I'm talking about. This is my main point. Everybody we just referred to, right, is a role player.
Yeah.
If we're serious about building a contender, a real champion around Cade, we have to get him another star. This is why I'm saying we should not be maxing out guys who we don't think are stars. That's my main point. Go ahead, brother.
Like I said, I'm gonna let whenever the GM go do is on him. I'm not about to say who should get a max or not. That's not on me. I'm just a fan at the end of the day.
Yeah. I agree with
I'm not
100%.
saying that Jaden Ivey and Jalen Duren are worth $100 million. I'm not gonna say they necessarily won't be in the next couple of years, but whenever it's time for them to get their extensions, we'll see what happens. But for right now, where this team is at now, I'm just happy that where they're playing, and that's what's most important for me. Yeah. If you're a Piston, you on this team, then that's what I care about. I don't care about who may be out there, who we could trade for, or who could be a better option. We'll know if they ever get here. Because one thing I know about sports, sometimes you can go get a guy that you think is a better option for somebody, and then it don't work out. Like I just knew that Dame situation was going to be wonderful, for Giannis. I don't know why the hell that's still struggling, but
because he doesn't hold defense. He's getting older and he doesn't play defense. A blind man could see that one coming. Drew called that one, Bree.
Yep.
A blind man could see that coming. He's getting older. He don't play defense.
That's what I said too. I said, oh boy. I said, man, they should have made that move like right when they lost the championship. When they won the championship. After that, they should have came and got Dame, bro. I was like, if they won that championship against the Suns, I said they should have went and got him.
It's the same as the Jimmy Butler situation, man. You're 35, bro. You never won anything, and you want $50 million, man. Cut it out. Cut it out, bro. You're 35, and you never held.
Yeah, that's true.
Him and Giannis play the same amount. Not Giannis, but him and Embiid play the same amount of games a season, man. Y'all barely play half the season.
Yeah.
And you want $50 million at 30, almost 40 years old. Stop it, Jimmy. You don't want to show up and play. You want to pout. Go on, man. Like for instance, man, I came up with this. I asked Breeze this, man. I asked DC this. I'm gonna ask you two fellas, man. Let me ask you something. If Phoenix calls and says at the end of the season, because we'll have expiring contracts, young players, whatever, right? Let's say Phoenix came, because they're not going to make the playoffs. Trust me, I guarantee you can clip it. If I'm wrong, I'll eat that, but I doubt that I will be. They're not going to make the playoffs. I don't care if they trade for Jimmy Butler. At this point, brothers, they need to trade for the Messiah. Yeshua HaMashiach to make the playoffs. They need to trade for Jesus Christ to make the playoffs. I'm just being honest, man. If they call, cause now once this season is over, they're going to blow that up. They have no choice. If Phoenix made Devin Booker available, and you could get him for a package for Tobias Harris expiring deal, Jaden Ivey and Jalen Duren, do you pull the trigger? Quick, fast, and in a hurry, and I don't even know what takes so long to answer that question. That is
I'm gonna tell you why it takes long to answer
it's a top 5 player in the NBA who's in his prime.
I get you, but what's been the event? Here's the thing with D Book. He's the type of guy I would if he became like he got released right now, or asked was released, and he became a free agent. He said, "Hey, pay me $100+ million, this and that, third." I do it in a heartbeat. But for some real reason, I'm not big on wanting to trade for him off the rip.
Not sure why
I don't
not.
know why.
I'm not sure why not.
This is why I'll tell you. For one, how has his health been lately?
How has the health of the 2 guys I mentioned been?
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying too. I mean, brother, we have 2 role players that don't stay healthy, and we can get a star.
Yeah, but what's the problem with you know who else is a star in this league too? They don't stay healthy. Joel Embiid.
Okay, who plays more games this season, Devin Booker or Joel Embiid?
Oh well, no, Devin Booker. Devin Booker. I'm not disagreeing. I'm not saying I wouldn't trade for him. I'm just saying
Embiid hurt now.
Embiid
is hurt now. Injury management.
That's why I call him R&D.
Hey, you wild.
I knew that was going to laugh.
Wow, man. Wow.
Oh, man. Wow. No, I see why you hide your face.
Wow, man.
If the Phoenix Suns, Brad, saw your face, man, and heard you say that they tracking you down, bro. they sending goons to Detroit right now to find out who is this guy.
No, I wouldn't mind bringing him home though, man. It's been long overdue. Let's be honest.
All I'm saying is, brother, if we can get a tier 1 star, that's a tier 1 star, bro. That's a top 10, top 5, top 10 player in the NBA who's in his prime years. This is not like trading for when these old guys, no needs left, no, man. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not married to any of these guys, and we shouldn't be married to these guys except Cade Cunningham. That is the only guy that can. Because what do you get for Cade? Nothing. What do you trade Cade for? Nothing. You get what I'm saying?
And this is the healthiest he's been in his whole career is this season.
Yeah.
Every year he's been hurt. This is the healthiest he's been.
I mean, last year he played how many games last year? He was
not that many. Not that many.
He played 63 games.
Yeah, he played 60 well over 60 games last year. What are you talking about?
Well, he's still as healthy as he's been. I agree with. Like both these two are right. Both you guys
it was
are right.
really just that second year, man. Like that's the part that you give me. It was really just that second season. Like I'd rather get a guy who, when we was sucking ass anyway, and we went about to do and get him than get Michael Jackson, who probably gonna get benched because he overshot the ball. Pause.
Wow. Anyway, but no, man. What I'm saying is, that's my thing is consistency, bro. You wild, man. That's what I'm saying. I'm not married to anybody on this team, brother. The only guy the only sacred cow is Cade Cunningham. Yeah. That is it. Everybody else, man, if it's a star out there like that, especially in a deal that does not cost you draft capital, you do it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would take Booker in a minute, and then it'll give more seats, and plus he's from here too, so that's gonna be more seats.
Yeah, in a heartbeat, especially in a deal that does not cost us draft capital.
Mm-hmm.
All right, come on, bro. You have to pull the trigger on that.
Hey, listen, we got a light. We will have a light skin backcourt.
It don't matter. I'll take it. Look, hold on. Hey, but Bree, look, no, Bree. I think I'll be honest with you, man. I think that has something to do with the Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey debate. I'll be honest with you. I think some of it is colorism for my people. I think so. I think it's a dynamic this light skin versus dark skin dude thing, man. It's coming up.
No, I think it's more of the Ivy is more fast and athletic, and he's that highlight reel guy in college that everybody want to be. I think that's what it comes down to. That's the same reason why when you go to the Lions, like they'll you like I was on Twitter and after we lost the Lions game, you got guys sitting here talking about wide receivers, bro. I'm like, of all the damn things that we saw this season with our defense, the first thing come out your mouth is a wide receiver. That was the one you took out this game. And I'm like, are you serious right now? That's just this Detroit fan base. They love speed and athletic and highlight reels. They didn't. That's why
they're delusional and fickle.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say this: we didn't have that with the going to work Pistons. Bro, who is quick and athletic in the starting lineup of the going to work Pistons?
Nobody.
So I don't. I mean, I hear you, but I don't know if that.
No. Here's the thing, though. You know why they don't say nothing? Because they won. That's the reason why they don't say nothing. Think about it. This the same fan base that was not even mad about Ben. That allowed Ben Wallace to get sent out of here. The guy that they built the championship, they didn't want to pay him. Y'all had no issue with that. But y'all quick, though, to get some guard that's a dunker and this and that third. Y'all jump on everybody's job who athletic. Y'all don't see the whole thing with somebody. Like, they was willing to sit here and say that Jalen Green was better because of injury with Cade Cunningham. Even when we was about to get him in the draft, you had people trying to jump on Jalen Green jock because he's loudmouth and he was all this stuff. This city fall for bull crap too much, man. Like, why would you go and get him over a guy who can score at all three levels, that can pass, that has the ability to be a two-way player, and got size? But come on, man.
I'm being really honest with you, man. I think a lot of our fan base is extremely casual. It's not. I really do. I don't think we have really many diehard. I'll say this: you have fans of teams, you don't have fans of the game.
Yeah, you don't. They just fans of the team. That's a good statement.
You know, they're not fans of the game. It's a lot of these guys, man. Y'all know me. I'm not one to really crap on anybody's opinion because at the end of the day, people think what they think and they have the right to believe what they believe. But you know dumb when you hear it, man. And some of the stuff I hear from some of the Detroit fandom is just dumb. Like, what are you talking about? No, that's not true. I heard a moron talking about. I know Motor City Sports Talk had a video talking about. No, watch this. Hold on. This is not him. This is not him making these comments though. He just simply played Gilbert Arenas, goofy snippet talking about how Cade's game is too big for Detroit. And he was like, man, that's just Gilbert being ignorant and stupid. And he was 100% right about that. Watch this, though. Sports Talk, unlike other times, didn't actually say anything off the wall outlandish. He's actually the one calling out Gilbert for being ignorant dumb. Yeah. You had dudes in the comment section, this idiot, but it's more, bro, I'll shoot you the screenshot as soon as we get off this live, man. You had a moron talk about something. Yeah, I told them to trade Cade last year. Jay Ivey is more than capable of leading this team to the promised land. Bro, go ahead and jump in a bottle of acid, man. Stop it, dog. That's the dumbest thing I've heard this year. No, he's not. Number one, no, he's not. Number two, Cade didn't say these things. This is Gilbert Arenas' opinion.
Mm-hmm. Didn't Gilbert Arenas then get put in check by Isaiah Stewart not too long ago? What the thing you said? I think we're gonna have to sit him out there on him again.
It's the same dude that got scared to come to Detroit when he was in the Big Three.
Bro, you had
refused to come.
Bro, you had dudes talking about Hamidou Diallo was a better player than Cade Cunningham last year, man.
Oh hell no. No.
God is my witness. No. God is my witness.
No.
God is my witness.
And don't even get me wrong, I actually liked it, some of Diallo's games, especially on defense. But I didn't. Nah, bro. Like, not even close. Nah, bro.
Yeah, I was on this this little sports group on Facebook. They were talking about how Cade Cunningham is not as good as Jalen Green and Scotty Barnes, and I'm like, man, are you serious?
He's clearly the best player from that. Are you serious? Draft. You know what's funny about that, man? You know what's funny about that? Even last year, do you know Cade Cunningham led everybody from his class in every statistical category, every measurement, points, rebounds, and assists?
It's been that way since he's been a
rookie. He scored more points than Jalen Green. He averaged more rebounds than Evan Mobley. And averaged more assists than all of them. Cade was top 10 in assists while passing the ball to pedestrians.
Exactly.
And these guys just that's the whole point of what I am trying to say. These guys this year simply just have a pulse. All these guys are still role players. Get Cade another actual dude and see what happens to this team. Because right now, man, watch this. The Knicks cannot beat us with Cade surrounded by role players. The Hawks cannot beat us with Cade surrounded by role players. Am I wrong?
You're right.
And the Knicks are fourth in the East. Am I wrong?
Right. No, you ain't wrong. I laugh because I laughed because of Trey Young, the confused look he had on his face the other day as Cade lobbing up the ball.
I'm gonna tell y'all too.
I was getting my butt busted like that.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell y'all, if the playoffs start today, we would play the Knicks, and I don't think they want to play us.
No, they don't.
They don't want to play us.
So here's why I say we need to be careful with that, because regular season ball and playoff ball, all those guys have been in the playoffs and know how to play in the playoffs. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but the thing with the Knicks is, man, they overplay their players too much, and that's costly in the playoffs.
You're correct, bro. But I think that'd be more costly in the second round than it would be in the first against a team that's never been to the playoffs. That's why I said we need to get another body in here that can do something. Like, I'll be real with you. I would like to see CJ McCollum, because you can buy him for the cheap.
Yep.
If let me say this: if they said like give us THJ and Fontecchio for McCollum, would I do it? Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, so we can get them off our books, and that way we still got a little shooter to go to other wings. Yeah, I would do that. And that's probably about, from rumors we've been seeing online, probably about his asking price. They're not asking for a pick.
Mm-hmm.
I think, well, even if we do get McCollum, I need another guy to come off that bench that can facilitate, though.
I would, who I would? I mean, I'll give him something like THJ, Fontecchio in the second, and give us what's the backup point guard? Alvarado. Give us Alvarado and McCollum.
Alvarado, okay.
Give us that. Because you're getting a lockdown defender that can facilitate and shoot a little bit. And they're not going to re-sign him either. So, and they're not making the playoffs. And right now, the Pelicans probably want to be as bad as they possibly can be, so they can keep their pick this season. This season is over. Their season is over. So, that's something that could happen. I would do that, but look at this. Another reason why I do that, Gio, let's try to think like a GM. What does CJ McCollum turn into? A $33 million expiring contract next year. Guess what, bro? Guess what else we got? We got Tobias Harris, a $25 million expiring contract next year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then we have picks this year, not including the deal that we'll probably make. We're going to do something.
Well, no, I heard the pick we got for 2025. Though I heard that's varies based because like if we keep winning, we'll lose it or something like that. That's what I heard.
We have other picks, man. We're not worried about that, so to speak.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying because you say we got picks this year. I'm like, wait, huh?
We have picks early in the second round, and then we're going to get another first. Trust me, I guarantee you.
Oh, yeah.
And then the depth of this draft, bro. The depth of this draft is like being almost a lottery as last year's draft. You'll have guys getting drafted in the second round that were better than some of the guys that win the lottery. I promise you. This draft is deep. This is why. Have you noticed something, man? In trades this season, rather, that second round picks have actually become pretty expensive for two reasons. Number one, this and the next year's draft is very deep, and then two, with the new CBA coming in with that second apron, it matters. That's why I was saying last time we had a segment where we all on live on YouTube. People really need to educate themselves about that second apron that's kicking in this offseason, man. It's going to be to the point where teams simply cannot. It doesn't matter. There's provisions in the second apron that even keep you from signing players if you're over. And then what happens is then your team gets fined because they can't put 15 guys out there, or they can't have a league minimum of 13, unless they have to give up. So essentially, a lot of teams are going to be in a position. You're going to see the glass shatter for a lot of squads either at this trade deadline or right before the draft or draft night. In between now and July, man, a lot of teams you're going to see a lot of deals, and I'm going to give you a good example to prove what I'm saying. You're going to see a lot of deals. Then you're going to be like, really, what the hell is that? Why are y'all serious? That's all y'all got for them? And I'm going to give you a great example. Cat. Cat to New York was a money deal, man. That was a money deal. That's how Stratford Cash, Minnesota, and its ownership group would be under the second apron, because they would be so far over. They would be so far into the second apron that they would be taxed out. They would not be able to do anything, and they would be getting fined and taxed for their roster. And so, if you're so desperate financially that you have to essentially give away Cat, get Julius Randle, who's a scrub, and also not going to re-sign because he thinks he's better than what he actually is. They traded him for that contract.
Don't you talk about me no more, Bill. Oh, the way I mean, sometimes you do the same thing.
Man, I'm just keeping it a bean, man.
Every time somebody talks about Julius Randle, I think about one person in particular, and no one knows who I'm talking about. No one knows who I'm talking about.
Oh man,
my boy, New York, Paul.
Okay.
Paul Petito.
If you don't like Julius Randle, it sounds like a wise man.
Hey,
well,
man,
he was on and off with Julius. 1 minute with Julius playing good. Yeah, Julius top 5, man. He looked like he the shit. Then when he mad, man, both Julius Randle and RJ Barrett too.
When Julius Randle
no, you got to get it right. He used to call him RJ Barrett, not Barrett.
Yeah,
Barrett.
Yeah, that's right.
Man, he needs to get that case taken care of, man. He got to do with the legend. You know, he smashed him. He won 17 bands.
Oh no,
RJ Booty.
Oh no, oh no.
So I'm saying he put it out there on the Twitter. Hey man, you know what you did. So where's my 17,000? I'm like, man, whoa. He's young man now. And I'm not saying it's true. That could just be a troll trying to get out this brother. But the way these young men act nowadays, you know, Jalen Green, wouldn't be surprised. Jalen Green is probably there tonight.
Hey, oh no.
What up,
and Dwight Howard probably introduced him.
I gotta ask y'all something, man. Moving forward, transitioning real quick. So our Red Wings took care of business yesterday. I know we in a dogfight situation right now in the season. It's a chance that we may not make the postseason, but there's still like some kind of very light glimmer of hope. But it's a stretch. What y'all think, man? What y'all think just in general, man? Moving forward with the Red Wings, what y'all expect?
Go ahead, Bree.
Well, I mean, I still think they got a chance. I mean, it's just about the first half of the season. I mean, we still got another half of the season to go, so there's still time to make some things happen. I think this team has gotten better since they had a new coach. I think they more, they play more freely. I think Larkin has played better.
Yep.
He's beginning to play like a captain again.
Yep.
The Brinket is doing his thing, and Lucas Raymond has gotten better.
Yep.
So, I still think it's another half to go, and then a hockey, man, you can be anything can happen. You can be an 8 seed and go all the way and win the whole Stanley Cup.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Or you could just get to the final just like Florida did 2 years ago. And then a year after that, they won. So
you know what? Well, I noticed real quick before I let y'all go. I know one thing I noticed about real diehard hockey fans, especially ones in this city. They'll have you believe in like in the first 10 games that the season is over if you start off like one game under 500 or your points just slightly less. Like it scares me sometimes.
Let me ask you this, bro. Are they Red Wings fans or are they hockey fans?
In general, hockey fans, I think. Not just Red Wings fans.
Hey, no, if that's the case, then the Boston Bruins would have won it last year, and they had one of the best records in NHL history, and they was out in the first round.
Yep.
I mean, a lot of hockey, man. Look at how your team is skating, man. If you're skating well and you're committed to actually playing defense, man, you got to, like where you say, you got a chance if you're the AC, man.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you look at teams, if you look at a team like Vegas, ever since they've been in the league, they damn near been in the playoffs every year.
Yeah,
I think they was in the finals their very first year. So it's incredible. Anything can happen. I mean, I think the Jets has played well, but you never know what's going to happen in the second half of the season.
I'll say this, bro. I think no matter what happens, we have a good formula to continue to build.
Yeah.
I really believe in our coach. I know Steve's going to get it together. You know, we'll definitely be bringing talent in this offseason because I'll tell you this, man. There's one team right now that is a perennial destination for free agents in its sport, and that is the Red Wings. That's, you know, if you get a top tier, I'm not surprised top hockey stuff goes to the Red Wings because of the tradition. You know what I'm saying? You know, and to be real with you, man, if there's any team that deserves a chance to have rebuilding years, it really is the Red Wings. So let's be real. That used to be the only reliable source of winning we had for a while.
You're right.
That's definitely the most consistent. So, you know, man, we enter the age where we have to completely rebuild. Yeah. And in hockey, man, you know, it's not the easiest to start from the foundation up, man. You know, a lot of these guys play for years and they're effective for years, and so when they age out, and hockey is such a physical sport, even just like football, you really have to be a man out there on that ice, man. You know, so you get young dudes coming in, they might be talented, but they just can't deal with the physicality. It takes a minute to rebuild a hockey team. Sometimes when you have to tear it down to the pegs.
Yeah, I agree, man. You know, I'll tell you what though. I think our owner, when it comes to both our teams, the Tigers and the hockey team, he scares me. He does.
Yeah, he doesn't spend money.
Generally scares. I don't, and I know they said because Mike Ilitch didn't at first either. I do believe T-Floss when he said that Mike Ilitch didn't always spend money either, but it was a certain point in time he learned he's like, I gotta spend money. But I hope the same thing could eventually happen. Not that I want them being reckless, but I hope eventually some point he realized when you get guys like Therese Skubal, you gotta keep them and can't lowball them and stuff like that. You gotta show the favor. You can't let the lightning strike twice, man. Because we were all somewhat surprised what happened this past season with the Tigers. Like, oh my God, that run was insane. Like that was like the best part about me being in the hospital was watching that second playoff game we had against the no, for real, watching that series, the last few innings of that series against the Astros, that cheered me so up, man, because I was like, oh my God, watching that team play and fight the way they did, and it's like, man, the thing we almost had a chance against Cleveland, but we're at the point now, man, we can't turn back.
Yeah.
It takes I'm saying it take a minute for a baseball team to get together too. Especially when you're trying to like do a natural build, but it's like, come on, man, that man drug you somewhere that on paper I didn't think we was gonna get. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the genius of AJ Hinch, man. He's done that. I mean, it's just like what he did with the Astros. You kind of see it's kind of similar with the Tigers. It took him a little time to do that with the Astros. He's doing that with the Tigers. Now I think it's going to be a little bit more pressure this season that people expect them to do something. But I think that division is going to be something, man. Especially with the guards and the Twins and the Royals. It's going to be difficult.
And you know what? Team's going to get better. This is why I'm glad. Y'all remember earlier, like towards the middle, almost towards the last quarter last year, when I told y'all that I was glad that when they announced that they had extended AJ Hinch to that real long deal, but they didn't disclose how many years and how much money it was. Remember when I told y'all I was happy they didn't do that? Because think about when we was on our losing streaks, right? If he got what I think he got, which is 8 years, near $100 million.
I think you got 10.
You might be right. You might be right. I'm not even going to disagree with you on that. You could be totally right. Think about how much, when we was going through our losing streaks, think about how much pressure the fans would be putting on AJ Hinch. Like, you pay him 10 years and all this money, he going through this losing streak. Come on, man. Come on. Keeping that out the ears of the fans, allow him to get this team together, especially when they showed signs that they was blowing it up and then turned around and started winning. I'm glad they did that. And I'm glad we don't know what JB Bickerstaff getting paid either. I'm glad to know that either, because that was the annoying thing too last year, was hearing about Monty's contract. Like, we know already.
We know what JB's getting paid, bro.
Oh, you do? Oh, never mind.
Yeah, 4 years, 30 million.
Oh, okay. Well, half of what you call is getting, but still, you know,
But I think what really helped the Tigers, especially during that second half of the season, is more the players got healthy. You know, guys like Riley Green and all them, and Torque and all them, they got healthy. They went to the minors and it helped them as well. But I think, you know, the pickups, it's going to be interesting to see, you know, with the pickups when they got, you know, Gleyber Torres and got a couple pitchers and, you know, wonder if they're going to keep Torque with all, you know, with them getting Torres, and wonder what they're going to do with Javi Baez.
Mm-hmm. Not Daryl's favorite player.
Well, hey, listen, they got to figure out what they want to do, and I think they should let them go, man.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. I think they're better without
too.
I mean, you got guys like Kerry Carpenter and Matt Verling and Carl Keith and Torque, and just picked up Torres and Green and
who's the guy that everybody begging them to pick up right now? Last name start with a B or something. What's his name?
Breckman.
Breckman. Yep.
You talking about the guy from the Astros?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Breckman.
So, yeah, y'all on board with that one? I'm assuming, right?
Sure am.
Yeah. I mean, listen. I know it was some people that was talking about they should try to get back Verlander, but Verlander signed with the Giants.
Nah.
He can come back for a one-day contract to retire, but that's it.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, with the Giants.
Yeah, he still plays, man. He's still productive. It's just that I don't think we should be wasting time on players like that. We have talent.
Yeah, we gotta get better, man. We can't go back to the old history of I feel good moment type thing.
Yeah, we're young, we're athletic. You know, I think that's the trajectory we should stay on. That's why I say let Javi Baez go. All these guys that can't stay on the field. We found. Let's say this, man. We found something in that postseason run. I say stick with it and add to that. And then with the school ball situation, man, like you said, when you get an ace, you got to lock him in. It's not. Think about this, man. Of all the teams in MLB, right? How many aces are there in baseball?
Not many. He's Cade Cunningham for them right now.
What's that, brother?
He's Cade Cunningham for them right now. You gotta get
exactly. You gotta keep. That's the guy. We finally got a guy.
Yeah,
that's a Cy Young winner, man.
Bro, his run was better than Verlander.
And that's why you got to get more starting pitching, and you don't want to overdo him too. I think that was the issue in that playoff last year, man. He was the only starter. So we overrid these relievers and stuff
around this dude, bro. And that was the thing. And not like and the thing is, I still feel like him and Dylan Larkin need that guy next to them right now.
Yeah.
Either the guy that's better than them or the guy that's just as good as them. I think with Scooble, if somebody's just as good as him, and I think with Dylan, you might need somebody either on par, equal with him, or better.
Well, to talk about the Dylan Larkin, they got a couple guys in the Brinket, and they got Patrick Kane.
Yeah,
I get that.
Scooble. As for Scooble, who do you get that's better than Scooble?
It ain't gonna be. That's all I said. I didn't say better than Scooble. I said somebody just as good as Scooble. You need somebody at least just under him.
You got to get another ace for that.
Yeah,
that's what we hoping. Guys like Torque and Riley Green can be good.
Yeah.
That's what we're hoping on. You know, if it happens, we'll see.
Well, you think Joby will help us out in that situation?
I don't know right now. It's I gotta see how he progresses. I gotta see how he progresses. They did. That was the funny thing about that second Astros game, bro. They threw him in there. And the other team went on the run. I'm not trying to like dog him or nothing like that. It was just funny. I can tell they want to get something going with him, because why would you just randomly do that at that point in the game? Well, it's crunch time. AJ Hinch up the front with that guy.
Yeah, because Hinch trusts him. Yeah, he trusts that young guy, and he had no fear.
That's right.
So he didn't have no fear, and it's good to have that. And it's good to have a pitcher in that spot because now you give him the experience, and now this team has postseason experience. So, and they was just happy to be there. Now it's just this coming up year. Now they got the expectations of a lot of people think they should win the division and be in the playoffs.
And you said an interesting word there, Bree, experience, because this group is all about the SP. And if you're still watching with us, man, I like to say thank you very much. Please hit that like button and subscribe to D313XP if you want more experiences like this, where we got three brothers sitting up here talking good talk. And follow our Facebook pages as well, D313XP. We got so much different forms of content on there, man.
And can y'all please, for the life of us, we don't ask for too much. We don't ask for too much. We please everybody, and through our social media, we need donations for the Nomas J Cheeses and Modelo Fund.
Oh my God!
Y'all gotta help
I knew it was coming.
Y'all got to help us, man. When Nomas don't have it, he goes nuts. He wants to go through walls. We can't do that. We need donations, please. You can be black. You can be white. You can be any nationality. Please help us.
You say we're going to have crash out Gnome if we don't get him his cheeses and Modelo, man?
We don't need the crash out Gnome. We almost got banned from street yard.
No. Watch this, man. Now, if you ever hit the lottery, bro, just remember the only one that does not do this to you is Ed. Just remember, bro. Just remember, man.
And if you win the lottery, donate to the fund.
If I hit the lottery, I'm buying one of these sports teams up and making decisions because this is crazy. Oh man,
that's if you care to donate, that's 1-800-NOMAS-J and
You are, bro.
For $2.50 a day, you can feed this brother.
Oh, nah, I wasn't gonna say that. Now, I wasn't gonna say that.
Y'all wow. Y'all actually wow for that.
Yeah, that's enough. But yeah, man, we like I said, we got all type of content on that Facebook page, though, man. Wrestling, autograph signings. I want to take a quick second just to break that Facebook page down and the group as well. I want y'all to join the group, everybody. If y'all there is also D313XP. It's being managed by my guy Ed over here and Breed and our guy
Drew.
Drew. And one thing I want to say about that SP group Facebook page, man, the reason why we post the content we do on there, we get told a lot of time nobody wants to come here to Detroit. And if you don't realize it's a lot of people that be here. We just don't know. It's not ever announced because they're afraid. And we put that spotlight on that people come to Detroit too, whether it's for business, personal reasons. A lot of people got relationships here in the D. So we try to put our best foot forward to be the ones to expose that. And Breeze is our captain leader in doing that. He's the one that's out there all the time. He gives us the scoops on who we here or not. So yeah, man, it's about putting our city on. I'm sick of hearing about New York and Chicago and all that. No, Detroit, goddammit. That's what it's about. That's why this group is here. And that's why we say hit that subscribe button and that notification bell.
Man. One thing. I want to piggyback on that, man. We're going to talk about our basketball team, man. One thing that I think this does, this success, this automatically changes the perception that young talent has. And so last season, man, going back to that quote from Trajan Langdon, I think that right there should have been a wake up call to the Detroit fandom. You had agents saying that they did not want their potential draft picks, their clients, to come to Detroit. So we talked about why didn't we get a Dalton Connect? Why didn't we get this? Why didn't we get? They didn't easy. Their agents did not want them in Detroit, and so now, winning remedies everything, man. Now that they see Cade Cunningham, young players are going to want to come play with Cade.
Yeah,
and Cade is box office. That's why I asked about the Devin Booker conversation, right? Because think about this. Think about this, right? If you're a player like D Book, right? You're 27 years old. You're about to turn 28. You're entering the prime of your career. Next 4 years, it could be the best version of you, period, right? Who would you rather play with right now? Kevin Durant, Brad Beal, or Cade?
Right now, it's Cade.
Right now, it's Cade. Why? Because I think
he's
KD
younger.
may have.
He's stepping into that role, man, and he's that team. Way the team, he got his team rambling right now, and he's doing it with a low market franchise, and he available for more than 40 games. So
exactly. and so the only other team, man, that realistically might even have a chance at making a move for somebody like that, and they might not want to, is maybe the Rockets.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, because they have draft capital and picks as well. But who knows if they want to actually trade anybody there. The only guy I see on that team getting traded maybe, and I actually think he'd be a good pickup for Detroit, is Jabari Smith Jr. I think he needs to change his scenery. I think Detroit is perfect for him. I think he needs to change his scenery. Because you have him and Tari East in there, and eventually they were going to have to pick between those two guys because they play the same position.
Hey, I know what I'm about to say is you probably go disagree with it, and it's gonna probably come off unnecessary. Not only do I agree with that, not only do I agree with you on that, but part of me kind of wish I could get A-Man over here too.
Which one?
I know.
Who?
A-Man.
Amen Thompson.
Amen Thompson.
I don't see why not, bro. I don't see why not.
Play with his brother, man. Because I used to want it when we had Marcus Morris. I'm like, man, why don't you, instead of getting John Lure, why not get Marquis to come play with his brother over here back in the day? I'm like, man, we had an opportunity to do it.
The only objection I have, bro, to that is we just have too many wings that can't shoot.
I know.
And a man is a point guard. And so he's like, so to me, it's like, who do you want, a man or Cade? And that's it. And I think a man has big potential. So I think a man is. I agree. I don't disagree with you at all, bro. I think anybody says it. Let me breathe. Like, bro, if a dude say, if we could get him right, oh, I don't want him in here. You don't know basketball. That's
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If I could get him, yeah,
bro. That defense and that facilitating, probably. Oh my god.
Yeah,
but talking about busting people down to death, man. Like,
he's too good to bring off the bench.
I know.
but he can't shoot, and his brother can't shoot either. So
I feel like he gonna be wasted over there in Houston too, man.
I don't think so, bro.
Not with you,
No, are you watching? Are you watching the games, bro?
That's true. You're right.
Are you watching the games? No, you straight, bro.
I watched a few of that games. I keep forgetting that. See, what it is now I'm seeing us beating people now, and it's like it's kind of that's what it is.
No,
see, but here's the thing with the Rockets, though. They have what the Rockets have is what we're starting to have. They have good veteran presence. They have Van Vliet and Dylan Brooks and people forget Jeff Green too. Jeff Green. They got good veterans and they got a good coach.
Very good coach.
Yeah. You're right.
But here's the
thing. Tobias low, man.
Hey, man, look, hey, hold on, folks. Ed say something, bro. When we was going against, I think, who was that? The Raptors. When I saw him jump up and block that shot, I fell out my entire chair, bro. I said, "Oh my God, Tobias has blocked the shot."
Now he AKA the con man.
Bro, did you see him against the Rockets? Did you see him against the Rockets, man?
Oh no!
Cade won that game. Tobias Harris was worth 2 dead flies at the wings pulled off, man.
You ain't right. You ain't right.
Look. I get he's been a great presence for the young talent, and he's done all what they've asked him to do. But you can't pay that dude $25 million a year to be a captain.
Hey, listen. The only way Tobias go get his game is if he buys best friend Boban. He got to have Boban.
That's why, bro.
He got to get Boban. He gonna have his confidence back.
Bro, it ain't about confidence at this point. He just done, man. Tobias Harris, man.
You need him to be in them cheesy commercials or the goldfish commercials.
Tobias Harris is he's the Monty Williams of players in terms of hitting the lick. Man, look, if you're talking about hitting the lick, right, or hustling, who are people you would look up to all time? Larry Hoover, Big Mead, stuff like that. I'm telling you, dog, just hit up Tobias Harris. And we talk about hustling.
That's some Rick Ross type stuff. I take those big meats, let it move.
Nah, I got like a big meat. Toby Harris.
Like I'm a swerve on the corner. Whoa.
Oh man, y'all wrong. Oh man.
They actually had him doing that song during the Lions game, man. That was funny. That was funny.
But you know what's crazy though? We talking about D Book wanting to play when man playing with K. Shoot, you got low key, you got KD probably damn near wanting to come here now.
He might
to play with him, especially the way he playing right now. Like
he might.
People want to play with K. Bradley Beal.
Nah,
Bradley Beal. I don't want Bradley Beal, but
yeah, Bradley Beal probably in the same boat as Dame at this point.
No, watch this, man. Brad Beal said he didn't want to come to Detroit. Negro, we got a better record than you do.
He better off going back to Washington at this point.
No, you know what, Brad? Let me say something about Brad Beal, man. Here's the thing with some of these. This is and hear me out, right? This is what I'm talking about. Overpaid players. This is what I said. We have to, and look, and Noam said this the best. We got a president of basketball operations, GM, to take care of all that. So watch this. If Duran and J.I. get extensions, I believe in it because I trust Trajan. You get what I'm saying? I'm saying from personal analysis, just as an opinion, do I think that Trajan Langdon will extend those guys just based on the body work we've seen just now? No, I don't. Or if I was him, would I do that? No, I wouldn't. I would have to see what they look like year 4. I'd have to see that. Go ahead, I'm sorry, bro.
No, I was just gonna say, a person we need to give credit to. He doesn't get as much credit as his team is shooting better. Is Fred Vinson.
Oh, no. Best shooting coach in the league. Look at Ron Holland's progression, bro.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then that's another thing we want to talk about as well. What are the roles of some of these guys going forward? Because think about this. You got Bobby Clintman, you got Ron Holland, you got Asar, right? Yeah. Ron Holland and Asar are both threes. Now, here's the only caveat I think to that. I think, and I may be wrong, but I think maybe the long-term vision that Trajan has is that Ron develops into more of a power forward. Though I think Ron has he's got some Kawhi in him. I think that kid can really develop into something special. So you have to decide. You know what I'm saying? Or let's say this: if the jump shot comes around, right? Maybe then Asar plays the 2. Maybe, but I like him better as a 3-4, just like I like Ron better as a 3-4. Man, we'll see how that works out. But
here's the thing, though. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. My bad. No,
you said, bro. Make your point.
Oh no, I was gonna say it depends on the responsibility. Because let's say you're right, they both get a 3 shot, right? Mm-hmm. So in certain lineups, you might just need Usar to catch and shoot from time to time, play 3 and D at the 2 spot, and have Ron run the 3. And then at other times when you need more like athleticism and defense, and you want to get a little bit like smaller and that more ball handle set, you can do like you're doing now with him. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
or
I think it depends on what teams you play in matchups too. On who
that's
you
what I'm saying too. Like, it's a matchup thing. Because like once we get another ball handler on this team too, that would help with that as well. Like you don't have to over rely on Cade all the time as the primary ball handler. He can take a few minutes, and you can have a lineup that's meant for.
You got to play Sasser more. You got to play Sasser more, man.
Sasser's a scorer, man. He's not a point guard. Sasser's
he's not a real
point guard, bro.
He's a scorer. He's like college Sexton.
Yeah, like here's my thing, bro. Like, Sexton is even a more pure point guard than Sasser is. And look, that's not a slight against Sasser because I like Sass. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, if we're gonna get these guys, put them in positions to succeed. Bring them here to do what they are supposed to be doing. Score. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? If he's a scorer, let him score. Don't bring a guy in that did not. He's played the 2 guard pretty much all of his life. Marcus Sasser's never been a point guard at any level. He's always been a 2 guard.
He told you at his presser what he liked to do. He like a point guard to set him up so he can catch and shoot.
Because that's what he is. And don't get me wrong, I like Sass. You know what I'm saying? I do. But that's not what we have him doing. It's not what he's supposed to be doing. And and it goes to show that I'll say this, bro. if Marcus Sasser was really that ball handler that we say he is, or we think he could be, we wouldn't be complaining about the level of ball handling behind Cade Cunningham. The problem would already be solved. And so clearly he's not that, and I don't think that's fair to put him in that position either. You know, I personally I'm a fan of actually trading Marcus Sasser, just because I think the young man. I don't care if they're on the team or not. I don't want to see. We lost Reed. He'll be back. I don't want to see that young man's career go to waste. If he's not what we need. And the thing is, he's a good young player, but he's not what the Pistons need. You know, that's just not it. So, and then on top of that, you know what I would say about Brad Beal, right?
Yeah.
That's why Trajan Langdon is a smart guy. Yeah, so we got Breed back here. Yeah. Trajan Langdon is a smart guy, man. Look what's going on with Brad Beal, right? Mm-hmm. We don't want a situation like that with Detroit, especially as you said the second apron is coming. Eventually, man, we got to see who pans out and who doesn't. Because some of these guys will have to be moved, just because you're not going to be able to afford to pay all these guys if they pan out. So if Asar and Ron pan out, and Durham pans out, and Clinton pans out, some of those guys got to go. I'm sorry. You realistically, the second apron and the CBA is going to allow you to keep 3 to 4 guys as a core.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So if those guys really turn into something, they're gonna have to get paid. So that's why we have to, number one, let's see who that is. As I said, that's what I'm talking about, not getting overly attached to people. Sometimes that trade is not necessarily trading them for more picks, but you got to maybe find a trade where you can consolidate some of that young talent into a star. That's why I'm saying, that's why I bring up that situation of if a tier one, if a guy like that became available, will we be open to trading a J.I. and a Duran to get a D-Book or something like that? Because you still would have, what, Asar, Ron, and Clinton to develop. You see what I'm saying, man? And not all these guys can get paid.
Yeah.
And not all these guys can get paid. But onto the Brad Beal comment, Brad Beal is getting paid $53 million to come off the bench.
Sheesh.
And now here's the thing, bro. He's going to make $56 million next year. And he makes, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, somebody correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. Off the top of my head, I think he makes $61 million his final year when he's like 35. Right. Bro, here's the issue. Here's the issue. Yeah, I know, bro. If I could just get if I could get a month of that salary, just a month, a week of it, we be straight. So I would have
40 minutes. I'll play 48 minutes a game for $10 million right now.
I'm telling you, man. Look.
I can sit on the bench every day.
If I could get that salary for a week, I'd have that Breed money, because you know Breed got it, man. Breed.
Yeah. I'm broke, man. I'm broke.
Breed.
No, you ain't broke.
Let me table this real quick. I'm gonna come right back to Brad Beal. Breed, you broke.
I'm broke.
Broke men don't have their own crib, Breed.
Huh?
Broke men don't have their own crib.
He said,
Hey, I don't know what y'all talking about, man.
That's what they all say. They start off saying, then they say they don't know what nobody's talking about. That's how it goes.
Rumors.
So Bree, it's a rumor that you don't own that backdrop behind you.
Listen, man. I don't listen. I don't know what they told you, man. It's all lies, brother.
Nigga, I'm looking at it right now.
It's an Airbnb, brother.
You've been staying at the same Airbnb for a year, Bree?
No, it's me.
Bree. That's a. What's up with that master dresser you got back there, man? That's one of them expensive old school ones, like my granny got. That costs money.
Well, hey, man, listen.
Is that a grandfather clock over there on the right hand side, man?
It was a gift. It was a gift.
Bree, is that a grandfather clock over there, bro?
No, it's not a grandfather clock. It's a big old,
Yeah, I know what that is. I'm talking about over to the right shoulder, bro. The left shoulder, I mean.
Oh,
the left shoulder. That's the grandfather clock over there, Bree.
No.
Bro. You don't own the grandfather clock, Bree?
That's just a cabinet.
Bree, do you or do you not own a grandfather clock?
I don't. For real, I don't. Real talk, I don't.
One of these days, man, I'm
Look,
lying on the Sabbath. Oh, whoa. You see the size of that, John? Bree, that's not an apartment.
I told give.
Bree, that's not an apartment.
Oh, free gifts.
That's it. Give.
Bree, you got a hallway. As big as some people's apartment, man.
And now listen, I ain't gonna lie. This house is big. I'm not gonna lie. I can't even lie to you on that one.
Is it yours, Bree?
Yeah, you can say that.
All right. So back to Brad Beal, then, audience. I think that speaks for itself. we have one of our.
It's rented.
Bro, that's. How do you lie like that, man?
Oh man.
Hey, look, man. Bree cried hungry and got bread under his arm. We not doing that.
Hey, stop telling my secrets.
But back to Bradley Veal, Patty.
But back to Bradley Beal. Yeah. Brad Beal, bro, getting $53 million to come off the bench.
Don't be like I'm Sam Mitchell.
Dog. No, hold on, man. But you know what, real tough? I'm glad Sam Mitchell. I'm glad Sam Mitchell checked that young dude, man, because he was out of pocket. People try to, have you noticed that, man?
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, that was funny. I'm glad Sam Mitchell checked it for that because he was way out of pocket. And it's funny, man, though. But let me table Brad Beal for one more second on the Sam Mitchell thing, because anytime a brother acts like he has a backbone, you know how the media likes to do black men when they actually act like men.
No question.
So, Sam being aggressive, he didn't have to do. Yes, he did, man. Certain things, young fella, I don't know who raised you. Don't talk to another man like that. You don't deal with another man. No, I'm glad Sam checked him because clearly somebody else didn't raise him correctly.
Mm-hmm.
That's a line you're not supposed to cross, young fellas, and I'm glad Sam got with it.
Yep.
But yeah, back to Brad Beal, man. Brad is making $53 million to come off the bench. Brad told me he doesn't want to come to the Pistons. He wants to play for a winner. But here's my issue with Brad making that statement. It's not because it's the Pistons, but let's be real about some of this. When has Brad Beal ever contributed to winning?
Yeah.
Never.
Never. He's only been to the second round, but
and who was the best player on that team? John Wall.
Yeah.
So he was a number two to a guy that that carried him essentially. Didn't show up in the what was all the talk? Brad Beal not showing up in the playoffs because he didn't. He's not that good. And you're getting paid $50-something million, bro. He's a guy that never contributed to anything in terms of winning basketball. And now you think you're too good to come to the Pistons or any other team that you don't think is a contender, but yet you've never been on a contender.
Look, you watched as a two guard that can shoot when LeBron James don't try to trade for you.
Yeah. Well, no, it's rumors are coming up that the Lakers might be interested in him, man. But that they can do that. They can do that, man. But
hey, man, I still remember that video he did a few years ago. I think it was like some young guys, and he was like, "Y'all got to remember, y'all can't none of y'all in here guard me.
Mm-hmm.
None of y'all can never guard." I think Anthony Edwards and a couple other guys was in that video too.
Mm-hmm.
And now you see Anthony Edwards killing him.
Yeah, what's funny about that, man? You heard what happened, right? They said he was working on Cooper Flag, and Cooper Flag was over there busting his behind. He got mad and tried to fire on him.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that rumor. Yeah, I believe that rumor. He told us that's not true. It didn't happen like that. But I think Boy Wonder was over there cooking you, Brad, and he couldn't stop it, man. It's what's going on. You never been a defender. Boy Wonder was cooking you, and that's what's going on.
He got mad. Coop took him to the hoop.
Yep. Probably just like when Jordan Crawford dunked on LeBron.
Oh yeah, that's my guy. Shout out to Jordan Crawford.
Jordan Crawford. All them guys over there.
That boy, he be at the Piston games all the time. I think he got a season ticket with the Pistons.
Probably do.
Oh, okay.
I know all them guys, man. I've hooped against all them dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Manny Harris and them, man. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You ever see Manny Harris asking about them battles against Krusty? Yeah.
Oh man,
No, we didn't win any of those though. we didn't win any of those. We ain't winning any of those.
You win some, you lose some sometimes, man. It be like
look. So we won the City League championship 3 times, man, and then we was all area like twice, and then we got to like statewide, bro. Nope.
hey, at least you tried though, man. At least you tried.
Yeah, we didn't lose by. We think we lost by.
Well,
I said we lost by 10 or 12, something like that. But yeah, we didn't win. I know that. But either way, Brad Beal, a guy overpaid, and so this is what I'm talking about, man. Giving this big money, I think with this new CBA coming in, giving this big money to guys like that aren't stars.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I was like, if we giving this bag away, you got what was K's? It's just like $215 or something like that, worth every dime.
Something like that.
Yeah. That's a dude. The dude gets that money. He's worth every. And you know, there's something, man. I think a guy who said this. It's this brother. I'm trying to remember because I'm trying to give him credit for this. He has a channel as well. If you're watching, you know who you are, brother. Because I saw this. No. Trying to think who this was, man. Because as I said, I don't want to take credit for something that somebody else said. But I'll just put a disclaimer out there. This is not coming from me. I just simply agree with this person's opinion. And if you know who you are and you're watching, you know what it is, fam. So shouts out to you for the wisdom. But look at Cade after he got the bag. Cade has ratcheted up his game after he got the bag.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys get lazy. A lot of these guys get complacent. Cade is like, no. I'm about to show y'all I'm worth this $215. He has like that's the kind of guy that you want, man. He's like, he gets this money. He's showing the fans. He's showing all his support. He's showing the team, I'm worth every penny of this.
Right.
And he's played like.
I forgot he got extended because of how good he been playing. Shoot.
Yeah, it's a $215. So now all these other guys, you know, we have to. I'm just saying we have to be very careful. We should only be giving bags. Like so. Let me say this, man. You see what the kind of talent they have over there in Houston, right? Even in Houston, they negotiated with those players.
Yeah.
So you got to think like this, man. If let's say Tom and Trajan, and let's say Trajan wants to keep JD, but he wants to negotiate with him. JD gets offended and wants to leave. Let him go. Because, bro, if Şengün gets negotiated with, so do you. You know what I'm saying? Let's say Trajan wants to keep Ivy, whatnot, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Trajan wants to negotiate.
Yeah.
Ivy just can't get offended. They want to go. Let them walk or trade them.
Mm-hmm.
Because, and you can still trade both of those guys because whoever team they get traded to has bird rights. So it's not like they're trading for somebody who can just leave. You know what I'm saying? They could all just match a free agency contract. Then trade them. Because once again, I don't like this kid, but his production is there. If Jalen Green gets negotiated with, J.I., so do you.
Mm-hmm.
Because though I would rather have Jaden Ivey on my team for other reasons other than just basketball. J.I.'s not better, so to speak, than Jalen Green.
Right.
He's not. Statistics, I have no way to prove that. They're playing winning basketball. He has better stats. J.I. is a little bit more efficient. I'll say that. But that's about it. But even Jalen Green is a little bit better defender than J.I. And that's saying a lot. That's saying a lot because Jalen Green, he can't. He guard a purse better than he guard a basketball player. But you know, I'm just saying though, if Jalen Green gets negotiated with, Jaden Ivey gets negotiated with. That's what I'm talking about when it comes to being fiscally responsible. To where we don't want to have these guys, man. Breed, you okay, man?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good.
You don't want to have these guys getting paid this money and they're just not that caliber of player. And that's part of why I'm gonna be real with you. Some of these, I think some of these rumors that have come out of the Pistons trade or changing their strategy and all this whatnot. I think a lot of that is just media hate fluff. Because let's be honest, the only team they already don't like the Pistons as it is, and the only team that's managed to be financially responsible to the point where we have cap space is the Detroit Pistons. And so you have a lot of teams right now that are pissed off. That, to be real with you, man, what does every major trade rumor feature? No matter what state you in. The Detroit Pistons.
Mm-hmm.
All roads to a star, moving to the team lead through the Detroit Pistons. Got to travel through Detroit to get to somewhere else. Why? We're the only team positioned to take on some salary.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why people talk about changing the plan. You don't have to change the plan. You can still get a good player that can contribute and assets like Trae just said he wanted. Because you're going to have to eventually. That's part of the earlier point I was making about eventually the glass is going to shatter on these teams, whether they want to be stubborn or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, at this point, the way Zach LaVine has played and is healthy this season, Zach has a case for being the best two guard in the NBA right now. But watch this. Chicago can't afford them past this season. So guess what? They're being stubborn right now. Like, let us get this and this one. Now call us in 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And that price is going to get lower and lower and lower till they have to trade Zach LaVine for essentially not much cap relief.
And that's a team that overplayed a lot of they players too, especially guys like Patrick Williams.
Yeah,
Patrick
Williams
overplayed crazy on him.
Bro, you can suit up and give 20 good minutes better than Patrick Williams right now, man.
Yeah. For sure. What's up? What's up?
You wouldn't even have to warm up, Reed.
No.
No, you can suit up right now and get better minutes than Patrick Williams might be. But seriously though, bro, deals like that. What does he? He got 4 years, $90 million. Him?
And he barely even plays a season.
And when he does, he's a bum.
Well, I wasn't gonna say that, but you're right.
I'll say it on your behalf. Patrick Williams, molder and garbage.
P-Dub is garbage. Yes, he is. That's what they call him. They call him P-Dub.
P-Bum is more like it.
Listen, I wasn't gonna say that. You said it, but you're right.
I did. I'll take responsibility for it.
Okay, hot garbage. I hear it.
Hot trash, man.
They overpaid even Vucevic. They played a lot for Vucevic, and he's been up and down.
Let me ask you this right here, fellas. Watch this. And fair question, because I know y'all be honest about it. If Patrick Williams was on this team, would he be in the rotation?
No,
and I 100% agree. No, who is he taking minutes from?
No damn body.
And nobody. And before anybody said, "What about Tech?" Bro, I'd rather pay Tech 8 and 8 like we paying him and get what the little bit he's giving us. The little bit Tech is giving us for $16 million over 2 years is exactly what Patrick Williams is giving you for $90 million.
I would take Wendell Moore before I take him.
Yeah. Patrick Williams is a ball. Kid, you
Wendell Moore be showing at times. He show hustle at times. I like that about him.
What else is he gonna do? What else can he do?
I'm just calling out there, John. I'm just calling out there.
No, I just asked the question. I'm not. Trust me, I'm not poking the bear at all.
Oh yeah. Hey,
wink, nudge, nudge.
When the minutes he get, that's all I can say.
What else is he doing?
How can I stand y'all?
He play hard, but man,
he's going to hell for this. We know that, right?
Real talk, quickly, bro, quickly.
But look, he's another trade piece too, though.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, you can move him.
He can be somebody.
And give me Kobe White. I'll take Kobe White.
Yes, very nice young guard.
All day long.
Yes, very nice young guard. I'll take Kobe White. Hey, look, another one, man. But another one I like. I've been saying this, man. Go get Brandon Boston. Played very well.
Yeah. Man, and a guy I've been buying to get here for the last couple years, and I think the pick and roll with him and K would be dangerous. Daniel Gafford.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Daniel Gafford. I like DG.
Man, him and Cade on that pick and roll.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I'm
Come on,
gonna say
man.
this. I'm gonna say this, man. See, there's a couple of guys I like as well, man. Take a look and see if, like, for instance, guys, what about Santi Aldama from Memphis? The
Yeah,
pick okay. What about
yeah.
G.T. Jackson? What for real? I think one of those guys would explode next to Cade, man. Because I've been saying Cade needs an offensively talented big man to play the pick and roll with. But man, Cade, yes, but, bro, that would be it, bro. If we have, but see, look, I'm glad you said that, Bree. That's the kind of, if we're making a move to make the playoffs, that's the kind of bet we need to add like that. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? That's what I'm saying. We need just a little bit more if we really want to make a top four push. Let's see. Which one hurts more to lose, the OC or the DC?
Me is the
Both.
DC. Yeah, both, but really the
Of
DC.
course, a Bears fan would ask that. Of course.
All right, so don't worry, Crooked Commish. You know when Cliff Kingsbury, I mean Ben Johnson, gets there, we're gonna see if he's really a head coach. But like I said, man, I don't know, but a vet like like what you just said, bro. That's the kind of guy. I mean, we need to add a little bit more if we're gonna make a serious playoff push because playoff ball is different. It's just different, man. We need more. We just need like think another couple guys or a really solid high end guy to go with that. Like I said, if we really want to make the playoffs, I'm in favor of going for CJ McCollum. I am. Another guy, CJ just dropped 45. We need. So hear me out, fellas, and tell me what y'all think, man, because I really want your opinions on this. My thing with the current makeup of the Pistons is right. Even when all these guys are healthy, teams are still double and triple teaming Cade. And there's two metrics of how good you know your players are. By how they guard your best, by how other teams guard your best player, and trade inquiry. So what I mean by that is, if you got a bunch of guys that teams aren't trying to get, they're not that good. They're just not that good. That's number one. And then if you have a guy where we think that we have potential budding stars offensively, let's say a JI or whatever, or a JD, but yet teams are still committing to double and triple team K Cunningham, that tells me that those guys just aren't that good.
Yeah,
they're not as good as what some of the fans think that they are. Because I guess I'll say JI because and only because he's the more featured offensive weapon, right? He's a two guard. If he was really a star or had star potential, like some think that he has, would Cade be the most double and triple team player in the NBA right now?
Yeah, probably. You probably got a point there.
Because you can't. If you respect him like that, if you respect JI like that offensively, you can't double and triple team Cade like that.
that's true. That's true.
But the other thing too helps because they know he's not the primary facilitator either off the rip. Even if he did have better ball handles, so they know he's not the primary facilitator. So it's easier to say, well, let's go ahead and get the one guy we know go facilitate and play the point guard that plays their point guard role. That also is part of it. Because I remember, and I'm just saying, I'm throwing this out because I remember when last year when they put the ball in Boyan's hand, they definitely ramped up on him because he was a threat as a shooter.
Yeah, but when Cade comes out, Ivy is that ball handler,
and the offense does not look good.
Yeah,
he's not a point guard, and I don't. And that's the thing. I'm not blaming that on JI because I think that's another example of, to me, putting guys in a position to fail. I think he can he'll get you assists in an off ball way. You know what I'm saying, man? He's a two guard with some passing chops, but he's not a guy to me who should ever be a primary person running your offense. I've not seen any evidence he's good at that. The offense looks terrible. Look, before he got hurt, did the offense look good or bad when he was the primary ball handler?
Bad.
Terrible. They look disjointed. They all over the place, and that's not on him, bro. I know some people. Here's the thing, man. Unlike some of these folks, but I don't hate any of these. I want these guys to succeed. They're on our team. I like these young dudes, man. But I'm just being honest about trajectory and then the potential future of the team, and then also what we have now. I don't think it's fair as much criticism I've had for Jaden Ivey, I don't think it's fair to criticize him in that way. He's not that kind of player. He shouldn't be asked to do that. He's not a point guard.
Right.
He's a two.
Right.
And so him getting assists, JR can get assists. Yeah, man, but his assist should be coming off of K hitting him coming off, the screen, etc. He get downhill, catch JD coming off and help him baseline for the lob or something, or back door. That's where his assist should be coming from. You know what I'm saying, man? Making the extra pass when he getting the paint touch.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't be asking him to start at the top of the key, come up full court, get us into the offense, nah, bro, that's not what he does. That's not what he does, and that's not right. To expect that of him. I'm just saying that, the fact that Cade has all this attention paid to him, to me, that tells me that the other teams in the league really don't respect Cade's teammates like that. Like, you saw the end of the Knicks game, right? When Cade busted Brunson's behind again.
Mm-hmm.
What happened with that? You have two 40% 3-point shooters in THJ and Beasley wide open for two reasons. They were trying to hide Brunson on defense, and they were too afraid Cade was going to bust them up again.
Yeah.
So they left two 40% 3-point shooters wide open to finish the game and close them out.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. That's Cade gravity. The only problem I have with the way this team is made up right now, that's why I'm saying we can't rest on our laurels. We have to continue to get better. Is all these guys, like we talked about Beasley earlier, right? He's a result of the gravity Cade creates. Malik Beasley, he's not as good by himself as what we're seeing. As a standalone player, he ain't that type of guy. He's good. He's showing out like this because Cade is that dude. What's your opinion on that, man? What do y'all think?
I'm more of I could almost get with the Vuse thing off the rip, because having another guy at that size that could open up that team's defense to keep them from give us the looks we want, because now you gotta check Vuse outside and inside, and he can.
I like that. Yeah, I kind of like Vuse, man.
I'm not even the biggest Vuse guy in the world, but it's like situational. I think he could be a huge help as an example for what K could do. Zach, I mean, I always was a Zach LaVine guy back in the day, but he's he's part of the players, like, I like him, but I don't personally like him as a Piston. I get the idea of having him here, but I'm if I had to choose between one, it's Vuse.
Okay.
And not saying that you would be wrong for wanting Zach at all to trade. It's just that I would prefer Vuse because he's something different that we got in that area.
That stretch big man, that reliable.
Yeah,
I like that.
Definitely a veteran and a leader out there, so he would definitely bring that. And that's kind of where I'm like,
who sits if we bring Boost in though?
You say what?
Who sits if we bring in Boost?
Oh no, I'm saying if they were to pick between one and say, "Hey, we gotta go get it," I would prefer to see Vuse. But other than that,
Yeah, because I like the idea of a Vucevic kind of player. That's what me and Bree, you and I have been talking about that a long time, man. Like, I like that. I think Cade's duo personally needs to be an offensively talented big man to run pick and roll with. Cade, only thing Cade needs is in terms of Cade doesn't need another guard that needs the ball in his hand to be good. He doesn't need that. He needs an offensively talented big man. That's why I've been big on Danny Wolf from Michigan. If we look at a guy to draft, bro, pick and roll with that, a guy that can shoot and pass and dribble like that, devastating.
Yeah. Never know. There could be a trade. If we know we keep winning, we lose that piss away, we probably could trade back in that draft and get him. Never know. I know
maybe.
Yeah, it's all. The draft, man, don't go the way you always think it's supposed to go. So either NFL or NBA, for that matter. So you never know. Like, he could fall, or just because of Michigan hate bias, they might push him down further.
They might.
Yeah, they never know.
But I'm just saying that kind of player. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I totally understand where you're coming from. Yeah, man,
Like,
I gotta say, this has been a real good. This stream worked out way better than way better than I expected it was gonna be. Yeah, man. Chicago. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
man.
have some pieces over there, but I gotta say, man. First of all, thank everybody that's in this chat that has been with us, man. If you haven't had a chance again to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel, man, and follow our Facebook page as well. All titled
And
D313XP.
donate. And donate.
And donate to the apparently my foundation for my
And
TV.
donate to the Novus J Fund and the Jared Golf Fund too. No mess. No mess.
I don't want to see your damn face. Get your
No mess.
Listen.
It's not my fault.
Yes, the fuck it was.
We lost. It's shut up. I'm not talking to you.
let me ask you
It's
something
not
real
my
quick
fault. I
we
can't
leave,
play offense and defense. I can't be everywhere.
Yeah, you can stop throwing picks though. Let me
I didn't ask for your opinion. Screw your opinion. Shut up.
Is it because I'm black, Jared? Is it because I'm black?
Stop recording me. Never.
Hey, Crook comments, man. Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Let me ask you something, fellas. What do y'all feel about Lamar Jackson?
Appreciate that, Commish.
Yeah, thank you, Commish. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you. I still think he's a damn good quarterback that's had some unfortunate situations happen. I mean, I can't really when it comes to guys like him, I get it. People want to give him a hate because, like, he's had recently the last couple of years, always has like a top 10 defense.
That's right.
And then
That's right.
One game and they can't seem to win the big game. But
yes,
it's just me as a Lions fan. I know what it's like to have a quarterback that was that good at one point, and still that good. You know, he was a new team, and we weren't able to succeed with him too, and had that same criticism because he had a great receiver, and we knew the truth what it was here for at least us on the panel. But I don't have nothing against him personally.
Okay. What do you think, Bree? What do you think? What do you think of Lamar Jackson, Bree?
Great regular season quarterback, terrible postseason quarterback. Terrible. I mean, it's just, it just, and I can't even really fully blame him for this game. It's just his receivers just didn't catch the football. I know DeMarc Andrews were hurt, but it's the same thing over and over with Lamar Jackson. It's like great regular season, but he has to use his team. He can't do everything. They picked up Derrick Henry for a reason to lessen the load for you. But you still, it's like a hard-headed kid. You just don't listen.
That's the coach, though. To me,
no.
You have to.
Well, I think it goes deeper than that.
It's deeper than that. It's way deeper than that. But it's been going on since he got there.
I agree with you, Bree. I think that goes up to management too. Like the thing is that they when you get a guy, this is the thing with giving these quarterbacks this bag, that they're expected to be featured. And so, to be very honest with you, the best offensive player there is Derrick Henry, and he doesn't get the ball. And that's because they maxed out Lamar here. They're trying to feature him. I personally, I'm kind of I feel where you're coming from, no, but I agree with a little bit more with Bree. And Drew and I were talking about this the other day. And we're going to talk about it more when we do the show probably tomorrow night. That Lamar, not only does he have top defense, man, Lamar, but look at the offensive weapons Lamar has. And you have a first ballot Hall of Fame coach. At some point, you got to start pointing the finger at Lamar. And I think what's the difference between Lamar and Dak Prescott?
A lot of difference to me.
I'm just saying.
Okay, no. Here's my point though. That same Hall of Fame coach, why is Derrick Henry not getting the ball?
Because I think that's management.
Why are you force feeding for Lamar to be the feature? They didn't do that in Kansas City with Pat Mahomes. They make sure the right people get the ball in their hand.
I think that's management. I think that's management. I think they really want Lamar to be featured as something that he's just not. which is a postseason quarterback, like Breeze said. I just don't think he's that. It's to the point now where I gotta admit, I don't think Lamar's that good. Like, let's be real. Who has the better resume all time, Jared Goff or Lamar Jackson?
Let me guess, because the Super Bowl stuff, we still go hang our hat on that.
No. But seriously, who has the better resume? I'm just asking an honest question.
Right now, they look almost even because what I saw this past Sunday was some complete bullshit. Like that,
Okay, I agree with that. I agree with that. Watch this though. But Bree, who do you think has the better resume all time, Jared Goff or Lamar Jackson? Goff. I agree. I think it's Goff because Goff's won playoff games
and been to a Super Bowl.
Lamar hasn't done that. And let's be real. When has Goff ever played with the caliber of overall talent that Lamar has? Nope.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
So let me ask you this. So that Super Bowl team that Goff played on, right? You think that they have better overall talent than what they have over there in Baltimore the last 3 years?
On that offense, hell yeah.
Who?
So Todd Gurley was an MVP. Todd Gurley was down there MVP candidate in his own right that year.
Was he better than Derrick Henry?
I'm not saying he's better than Derrick Henry, but I'm saying he was a damn good running back. Damn good one. It's not about who was better. He had a lot of damn talent.
Is Sean McVay a better coach than
Cooper Kupp? Joe Everett and Tyler Higbee? Are we serious right now?
Yeah, and I would still take those. I would still take what B Moore has over that team. Overall, both sides of the ball
just started getting weapons over the last couple of years, and then they constantly kept getting hurt.
Is it constantly they getting hurt, or is Lamar's not using those guys because he can't?
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, he got to start using Zay Flowers more. He got to start using Flowers. He got to start using Bateman.
Bateman has been injury prone since he got in the league. He just started showing up, staying healthy.
So is Lamar.
Hey, even when he was healthy, he wasn't throwing on the ball that much.
I blame that on scheming because why all of a sudden they get doing it now when they had idiots running their offense too? That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's the messiah of quarterbacks or something, but I'm just saying that he's better than Dak Prescott. I know that. Shit.
I don't think resume wise, I can't say that he is. Dak Prescott's put up better regular season numbers.
I don't give a damn about that.
And Dak only got CD Scam.
Yeah, he had Amari Cooper at one point too, and he had a good tiny end course. So I don't know, I like that now.
I'm just saying, I've seen Dak Prescott, and I'm not a Dak Prescott guy at all.
Mm-hmm.
Whack under 200 Dak is not. Maybe Andrews is too old as well. That drop was killer. But here's the thing with that drop. That was a duck that Lamar threw.
Mm-hmm.
And then not only was it a duck, watch this, man. Lamar had a interception and a costly interception and a costly fumble in that game.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson.
And in the cold.
He didn't play well.
Yeah, I'll give you that one.
He did not play well at all.
We can't talk.
I feel that.
And people was talking about Goff don't play well in the cold. Hell, Lamar Jackson don't either.
So I'm just saying, man, like, hey, that's all I'm asking because I know Drew wanted to talk about that. And it's both his hands. I don't know. Yeah, his hands.
You know what though? But even if you don't give it to Andrews, you still got Isaiah Likely too.
Yeah.
So you got two good tight ends.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I think the problem with some of these franchises, man, they pay these quarterbacks.
Right.
They force feed them to be the star, man. That when guys like Brady, Peyton Manning, even now with, like I said, with Pat Mahomes, they get paid, they take the game out of their hand. They don't try to make the quarterback the hero. That's why they always win.
Right.
The problem is they try to make, like when you saw Russell Wilson lose that Super Bowl to freaking Tom Brady, it was because why? Pete Carroll wanted to make Russell Wilson the hero. And that was the issue. Instead of playing team football, you coordinated that game wrong. And to me, it was downhill ever since. And that's what I'm saying, man. When they get out of this narrative of I gotta prove I got the best quarterback, I think we'll start seeing smarter football. And that's why I'm saying at this point that I was upset with Ben too this past Sunday. I'm like, bro, you sat here and was calling some bull crap.
Yeah,
I said,
I was upset with Aaron
didn't
Glenn
play
as
that
well.
good himself, but you still helped him look even more bad because of your play calling.
Right,
J-Mo doing
the stupid stuff.
And I'm like, bro, you averaging 10 yards a carry on the ground. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. But look, man, I was disappointed in both of our coordinators, man, because I think the injuries thing that I can't use that as an excuse when it surely wasn't an excuse the week before. It wasn't an excuse when you pounded out the Vikings, now was it? Now all of a sudden the defense is too injured for Aaron Glenn to call the game. Brother, Aaron Glenn's refusal and stubbornness to go to the zone is what killed them.
I don't think it would have mattered.
But it would have mattered, man. But we didn't give him any. Look at this, man. Let me ask
you something. Who's better, Jaden Daniels or Sam Darnold?
Who's better?
Daniels.
Yeah.
Daniels definitely definitely better offensive talent. However, once again, if you know he's that good, he's picking apart your man-to-man defense. You don't give him another look. Whose fault is that?
But here's the thing, though, too.
We continue to go.
You're taking out one important detail.
What's that?
Turnovers led to points. That's another thing. It's one thing we don't turn the ball over.
Okay,
it's one thing we don't turn the ball over because we scored at some point in this game. We still scored for a touchdown.
Who turned the ball over, the offense or the defense?
The offense the one turned the ball over.
Okay, now watch this. Ben Johnson did not turn the ball over. Players turn the ball over. Coordinators don't.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. Your quarterback did that.
The quarterback did that, right? Okay, so now watch this.
Pick sixes.
Pick sixes. So we have that defensively, however. Defensively, brother, they drove down the field when they wanted to. Even without the pictures, they drove down the field like they wanted to. We did not get one key stop. We did not get one key stop.
They had a good game plan.
They knew how to attack our weaknesses, bro.
Right, and that way we have to make
like
adjustments.
The Bills did.
Aaron Glenn did not make adjustments. So my thing is, Aaron deserves just as much vitriol as Ben Johnson does. Especially that J-Mo crap was ridiculous. I don't understand J-Mo throwing for. Come on, man.
And you know why I know this game go just as much on Ben Johnson as I did on golf? Because how do you score with Teddy Bridgewater without even barely him throwing the ball, bro?
No, watch this. But Crooked, let me respond to your comment. We had 20+ injuries that were not a problem until we finally lost. We can't watch this, man. We just shut out one of the better teams in the NFL completely, destroyed them defensively. We cannot sit up there and use that as an excuse when the situation was clear. We did not make adjustments. Period. It don't work like that, man. You don't get to perform. You don't get to perform while you hurt, and then say when you finally lose one, well, I was hurt. No, you adapt and you take it like it is. That doesn't work like that. That's a scapegoat, and that's just a way to avoid accountability. I hear what you're trying to say, but I don't agree with that comment at all. It can't be just the injury's fault when we finally lose one, when we showed adaptation to not, man. Aaron Glenn refused to make adjustments. And it was clear. Look at her. You can even hear the commentary from the announcers, man. It was killing us. Why is it, like for instance, man, why does he keep going all out blitz? Why don't you drop back in the zone and take away his passing option? Make him have to come over the top with or make him have to hit the slant or hit somebody in the. You know what I'm saying, man? Make him have to do that. We let him do the exact same thing all night.
That defense was totally different than that Minnesota game.
Exactly.
That was not the same defense.
It was blitzing in that game a lot, wasn't it?
Yeah, he dropped he changed it up the zone as well. And when we start, I'm trying to tell you, man, Aaron Glenn made adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Glenn made adjustments. Aaron Glenn, watch this, bro. Aaron Glenn made adjustment. When we came back, we beat San Francisco. Adjustment.
Yeah.
Adjustments, and we were hurt then. We were beat up then. But proper coaching won us the game. Adjustment.
And with the injuries, and I understand the 20+ injuries, but we still ended up 15-3 throughout all those injuries.
Exactly.
So you have to have that next man up mentality. You have to.
But here's the caveat to this, though.
But what?
The what is you score points. You scored points on Minnesota when you got them stops. We could not consistently do that.
We
We
scored
gave
31
up points with them turnovers. See, that don't help it. It was like y'all said, it wasn't the injuries on the defense that cost us the game in the long run. The issue was you gave them points and possessions, and they were allowed to still.
I agree.
They didn't have a good game
the momentum
plan.
was gone.
No. We
You
were basically
gave them the momentum.
We basically saying the same thing.
Okay, but no,
and then they had a week.
We said,
but that extra week kind of killed them too, though.
I agree with that.
There too. That extra week killed them.
I don't think they needed that bye. We should just kept playing ball.
Yeah, because it allowed them kind of relax too much into I see what y'all saying.
Right, going to Pistons games and all these other games, and I know.
Came back with the fat belly. It's true. Drew said that, and I think he's 100% spot on, man. Came back with that fat belly, just went out ready to play. Yeah. All I'm saying is I've seen Ben Johnson get attacked for this in media. Bro, Aaron Glenn deserves just as much credit for getting that butt beat. Complete and utter refusal to make adjustments. He did not coach well. You don't continue to do the same thing that's not working all game long to the point to where the other team is exploiting it. But they were exploiting what Aaron Glenn was doing in his schemes, man.
Like I said, I agree with you. Yeah, he should
we clearly watch this.
Find a way to make an adjustment. I just feel like no matter what would have happened, it wouldn't have worked.
Watch this. I think it would have worked, bro. Because why? Watch. We couldn't guard Terry McLaurin 1-on-1. That was obvious from the jump.
Yeah, but we also getting beat by De'Ami Brown too.
So what does it tell you? Go zone.
Speed kills, man. Speed kills.
We can't guard 1-on-1.
Right. I hear you, but I feel like the situation at hand, I almost feel like it wouldn't have mattered. It's just a feeling I got, man. You can say I'm wrong. You can say I'm stupid. I'll take it. I still feel like it wouldn't have worked on this situation, man. Like, we were able to, when we blitzed, we were able to get pressure at some point on Sam Darnold.
When did we get pressure? When did we get pressure last week? That dude was at.
I know that. Bro. That's what I'm saying. We couldn't get no pressure on fucking Jaden Daniels.
Hey, no. Let me ask you a question. Do you think they threw the game on purpose?
No, I don't.
I don't know, man. You think Jared Goff might have been point shaving?
No. Hey, you never know.
I'm not going with that take, man, because
he could be doing some fan dueling.
Hey, look, that duck he threw into that bubble coverage, man. I don't know.
Yeah,
that was suspect as R. Kelly with Girl Scout, brother.
I still don't. Now I say this though, I still don't appreciate the refs doing golf the way they did on that hit too, though. I still don't appreciate that.
He put himself in that position, man. That's what you get for turning over the damn ball.
Yeah, but still, like if that had been shoe on the other foot, though, it would have been like, oh, flag.
And I gotta say this too for Lions fans. It's like Dan Campbell is gonna find good coaches, even though Glenn and Johnson is gone. I know some of y'all fans like, man, they the enemy. They wasn't this and all that. Listen, let them go. Let us find somebody different, because you knew we was gonna need some new coordinators anyway. I mean, they wasn't gonna stay for a long time, so you can't be surprised by it. But we gonna find some coaches. I mean, it's gonna be a lot of guys. Randall L gone, all these other guys. But we gonna get back. These guys go ahead, Nomis.
Right, and you gotta look at it. It's a promotion they're getting. They're getting promoted. They ain't just going for the same job. They're getting promoted. Some of these guys, man. You got guys going to be coordinators and stuff like that. That's what happens. That's what happened with the Rams back during golf era. They left and got head coaching jobs and OC jobs.
Right.
Matt LaFleur and
the boys. Like they should. If nobody wants your coordinators, it means they're not very good. If nobody wants your coordinators, that means they're not very good. My boy, I agree.
I agree. And you know what else I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say fuck the Packers, fuck the Vikings. You know what's coming. Fuck the Chicago Bears. Damn it. You're goddamn right. Fuck the
Hey,
Bears.
but you know what though? At least the Bears wasn't bitching and moaning like the Green Bay and Vikings fans was all season. I'm like, bro, y'all some bitches. Ooh, man, we gotta stop you.
Hey,
Ooh,
hey. Hey,
I'm like,
the
man,
reason I
Man,
say
you
that,
wild,
the reason I say that, hey, shout out to Carl in the BCP group. Because he said, fuck the Lions. I'm going to say, fuck the Bears. God damn it.
I see you crooked commission.
Fuck them.
hey man, yeah, see now this is what I like. I like
But it's all love, though. It's all love.
I like the sportsman shit. I like the sportsman shit. That's
I love, man. We
man,
appreciate
this
you,
has been a
crooked
great
commission.
show. This has been a great show, man.
And fuck the Bears.
Boy, this division, I told you.
And even Brad Holmes say, fuck the Bears.
Is that a Brad Holmes
Brad
bobblehead?
Holmes bobblehead? No,
That's a Brad Holmes bobblehead.
That looks like a
not with the Kool-Aid smile on it either.
man, for real. They did Brad wrong, bro. And he got the salt and pepper goatee.
He looked like Tobias Harris.
That's wild, bro. That's wild. That's wild. That's wild, man.
Don't talk about my GM, no mess. No mess.
Man, screw you.
Man,
It's been a great show, man.
Look into my eyes, no mess.
They look lazy. Anyway,
yeah, they do.
Look, you son of a bitch. Look.
No.
Yeah, that's wild, man.
I gotta say, man, this has been one hell of a show. This turned out way better than I initiated. I thought it was gonna be 30 minutes me being up here. But unfortunately, yeah, your boy got some things to take care of in a little bit. So
Go ahead.
I want to get to some final thoughts real quick, man. Starting with my main man, Ed.
What up, though? Yeah, man. I mean, thank y'all for having me on. You know, once again, it's been a great show, y'all. We thank for anybody who's watched Crooked to Mitch, man. Big shout out to you for that support, man. Great. We're very grateful that you sub to us, and hopefully we can continue to make great content for you. And anybody else who tunes in today. But yeah, man. I definitely think we have the Pistons. We're in a good position, man. I think we have a lot of good problems to have. Anytime we can sit and have a conversation about what we're going to do with talent, you know, how things are going to be allocated, etc. That's a good. Back at you, brother. That can be safe as well.
Yes, sir.
Be safe,
that's
man.
good. That's a good problem to have. And let's be real, we haven't had that problem in a long time because only the good teams have these kinds of problems. So that's great. That's great, man. But yeah, the Pistons are definitely in a great position. I really believe in what Trajan has done over there. Kate Cunningham is that guy. We know as I said, I'm not going to use the word snub when it comes to the All-Star game, just because I know he was not going to be a starter anyway this year, no matter what he did. But he will definitely make the All-Star team. Period. We know who the best PG in the East is. The body of work speaks for itself. You know, it is what it is, man. And then also to our other sports teams, man, our Lions. We'll see you next year. Well, like I said, I still believe in Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell. And hey, I'm not happy about what's going on, man. But at the same time, I'm not going to let my blood pressure go sky high. Worried about crying over spilled milk. It is what it is, and I believe that. The silver lining of that situation is, we can expect to be winning again next year. I think we finally have a winning culture, and I think the same thing about the Pistons. We finally have winning culture, and so these are kind of performances we expect. And as for our baseball team and our hockey team, we'll see if our Red Wings can make a run. I'll see what it is, but once again, either way. But both of those situations, I just hope ownership gives support to the leadership there, because I definitely believe in the leadership that we have in both our baseball team and our hockey team. I just think what might be holding us back is our owners' willingness to spend. And so it's no point, man, that, being in these leagues if you don't want to actually win. And, if you're a businessman, you have to make money by spending money. So can't have your cake and eat it too. You don't get something for free. So I think that's the only thing that's holding those organizations back. But other than that, man, I'm very encouraged to see the situation and the position all of our teams are in.
All right, Bree. Well said, my guy, Ed. Thanks for having you on as always. But Bree, go ahead, fella.
Well, first, I want to say thank you, Crooked Commish. Whenever you want us on your show, we definitely down for sure. definitely, man. Hey, man, this is not the type of way you want the Lions season to end, but you just got to think positive and just look
Mm-hmm.
forward to next season and the guys that that come back, who we draft, Hutch and all these people. Just we just got to be better than ever next season. We got to be focused. We got
Right.
pretty much a nice little schedule for the most part next season, so just got to go off on that. Yeah, we lost the OC to DC and a few other coordinators, but we still gonna be all right. Dan Campbell he gonna get some coaching, so we ain't got nothing to worry about. Well, we might be a better team next season. Who knows?
Right.
But that just adds fire to the division and more rivalries in the division, more hatred.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? That's how it is. But once again, fuck the Packers, fuck the Vikings, fuck the Bears. I'm just gonna say it. But it's all love. But with the Pistons, man, hey man, it's just good to see this team come together and just with Cade and everybody and everybody else just coming along and expanding their games and stuff like that, man. And hopefully, we could get a good spot in a playoff. Man, hell, we could survive within the first 4 spots. Anything can happen. It's wide open in that East, man. So you never know what can happen with this point forward and the second half of the season. You just never know. It's a lot of injuries and stuff like that. So you never know. But we taking advantage. This defense is getting better. So let's just support this team, man. Let's support this coach. Let's support K. Let's vote him into the All-Star game. Let's just show up for this team, man. And looking forward to the Tiger season. I got my Tiger gear on. I'm looking forward to that. Red Wings, hey man, hopefully they can vie for a playoff spot. My Spartans, 8th in the country, so we got a big game tomorrow against Rutgers. So hopefully we can keep that in. Sorry to y'all U of M fans, y'all lost tonight, but it's okay.
Yeah, our guards are trash.
I didn't say that.
I did.
I didn't say that. He said it.
I did. I'm a Michigan man. I did. Our guards are trash.
Yeah, but they still got a good team, man. I still think they gonna surprise some people.
We'll make the tournament, but our guards are trash.
I hear you. I hear you. But almost forgot. Congratulations to Joe Henry winning that TNA title.
Oh yeah!
Congratulations. I believe in Joe Henry.
Was that Mark's son?
No. It's a white dude. He real popular.
Okay.
So
I don't follow wrestling, so I wouldn't know. I thought that was like Mark's son or something.
Oh no! I think it, but I think his son is getting into wrestling though. Mm-hmm. His son is getting. He about as big as Mark Henry.
Yeah,
and he yeah, exactly. But just looking forward. Just congratulations to him. Congratulations to everybody that won Genesis this past weekend. Royal Rumble coming through. Oh, and y'all gotta support this Clarissa Shields fight, man. February 2nd in Flint. Mm-hmm. Hey, show y'all support. It's a big fight. This might be her toughest task yet with this fight. Oh, girl that she faces, she ain't no slouch, so it's gonna be tough for her. But yeah, man, just subscribe to the channel, man. Thank everybody for just tuning in. Definitely shout out to my man Ed over there. So and everybody showing support and everything. So appreciate it, guys. Now, without further ado, we're gonna bounce past this to Mr. No Miss J.
Yes, sir.
So, man, I want to say thank you to everybody, and I do mean everybody who joined us, man. I think we messed out today about almost 80 of y'all in here. I
Yes,
couldn't believe it.
Damn.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We appreciate
Telling
the
you, bro.
love and support that y'all showing us tonight, man. Again, one more time, I said it 1,000 times. Please like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel, man. Again, all three of our separate channels, and follow our Facebook page. And not just that, join the group. I don't care if you're just a Bears fan. You want to come make some noise in there. Join the D313XP group, man. Group on Facebook, man. A lot of just conversations about life and stuff. They be on there. Shout out to my man Ed and Bree that be running that circuit. Drew as well. Our other member, he's super rich. He don't really vibe with us no more. He corporate now with
Oh,
DSN.
you talk about David Ruffin?
Yeah, David.
Right,
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, shout out to the comments, man.
You talk about David Ruffin and the Temptations?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like that.
He ain't Eddie Kendricks no more.
I know I'm gonna get criticized for this. But even though I gotta say this, but I'm gonna say it after I say this. But yeah, shout out to the Detroit Fan Report too, man.
Oh, yeah.
And also,
yes, sir.
I know y'all gonna get on me, but congratulations to Ohio State winning the national championship.
Get your ass off the panel.
I said it. So what?
Get the hell off the panel, man.
Y'all just win it next season, and then you ain't gonna say nothing.
I was having a good day now, and he running.
Man, he gonna do that little bro state.
Should I have said the team up north? Oh, my bad.
Anywho, I can't believe he said that. But yeah, man, shout out to y'all in the chat, man. Go Pistons, man. Keep doing y'all thing, man. Whatever move y'all decide to do. So whatever y'all decide to do, good luck for tomorrow game. The Red Wings also be playing at the same time tomorrow at home against Tampa Bay. So big games coming up this weekend, or literally the next day. And Lions, y'all back to the drawing board, man. Back to the drawing board, y'all go.
And to all y'all Killian Hayes fans, he gonna be here next week against the Crews. So show y'all support to Killian Hayes.
Great.
Okay. All two of us will be there. I'll call King and see if he'll be there. I call King, see King go take me up there when we go watch him. But yeah. Shout out to everybody. We might get our crazy ass off the panel. Hit that like button, subscribe, man. We got more content coming, man. I'm gonna do my best to make some more videos soon. I got a lot of work. I'm about to get these guys real quick too to see what we can do for it and try to get some guests back on here. I've been missing some of our guests, so we getting this thing back on. And y'all stay healthy. Y'all stay safe out there. Wear your mask. Eat healthy and do whatever it is you got to do, man. And blessings to y'all.
Yes, sir.
We out here, Coach.
Peace out.